Alrighty, alrighty. As we all know, y'all been asking me to talk about this, so let's talk about it. As you can see, the title that I have above me says, Size Don't Matter. Why is that? Because we all know Tank has been going back and forth on Twitter with Connor Ben. Eddie Hearn messaged Tank and said, hey, would you like to fight Connor? Tank said, what we doing, Eddie? Connor Ben has been talking his shit as well, going back and forth with Tank. Yo, Marcos, what's good? What's good,
What's
Mark?
good? What's good? What's good?
I'm gonna land this plane and I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk.
All right, okay.
But Tank has been talking shit back and forth to Connor. Connor been talking forth back to Tank. But I gotta provide context for y'all. X, thanks for liking the live. Everybody in here, thanks for liking the live. The hypocrisy that people are mentioning is the fact that Connor Ben has rehydrated to 170 pounds. But Tank is willing and ready and able to jump in the ring with Connor Ben. However, whenever the talks of him fighting Haney come up, a lot of Tank fans and a lot of boxing fans in general, they say Haney is too big because Haney comes in at 165 pounds. So now people are looking like, well, I thought the size matters to Tank because remember, Tank put Ryan on a rehydration clause. You see? So since when did Tank become a guy that doesn't care about size? Do y'all realize that Conor Ben has fought at junior middleweight, super welterweight? That's 154 pounds. Do y'all realize that? Well, let me explain to y'all how this is a great fight, and this probably is Tank's next opponent. Word on the grapevine, Tank's next fight is going to be in the UK, overseas, Europe. This would send Tank Davis into superstardom, much in a similar way that this sent Floyd Mayweather into superstardom when Floyd went to go fight Ricky Hatton. This is going to make Tank global, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day, baby. Getting that money. So this is a great fight for Tank when we talk about marketability. Them white boys over in Europe, they love a brother that can fight. It's been like that since the beginning of boxing, bro. Sam Langford, he went down there overseas. They told him come back anytime, made a bunch of money. So Tank Davis versus Conor Ben is a fight that a lot of people, they don't think that they want to see, but they really do want to see. Number one, Conor Ben is supposed to be a great power puncher, but we all know Conor was caught using illegal substances. He tried to blame it on his egg intake. The man said he ate too many eggs. People have been calling him scrambled eggs Conor. You know what I mean? Sunny side up Ben, Dr. Eggman. I heard Tank don't even eat eggs. So Tank, he has natural power. Conor, since he's been caught, his power hasn't looked the same. His last two fights went the distance. So this would be a kind of a karma for Conor. He's going to fight a man with natural power that he doesn't look to have anymore. So that's a good backstory, a great backstory. On top of that, it'd be in the UK, bruv. Tea and crumpets. You know what I mean? So that'd be a way for Tank to get his name out there more. But we have to address the fact that Tank hasn't fought someone like a Devin Haney. And people are asking why. If Conor weighs more than Devin, why would Tank want to fight Conor but not Devin? Y'all have to understand it's not necessarily the weight. Tank has power where he has dropped middleweights in sparring. There's footage of Tank dropping middleweights in sparring. It's not about the weight. It ain't about the weight, yo, it's how they perform it. Devin Haney is 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. Devin Haney is lanky. They need to call him Devin Lanky. The man has arms like Floyd Mayweather. He's 5'9". That means he has a 4-inch height advantage on Tank Davis. He has a damn 5-inch reach advantage on Tank Davis. So he's a lot taller than Tank. It's almost like Tommy Hearns versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray almost lost the fight just because of Hearns' stature and athleticism. Sugar Ray was losing the fight. He had to get a stoppage, and that was a 15-round fight. If that was a 12-round fight, Sugar Ray would have lost to Hearns. Sugar Ray came back and lost the rematch to Hearns, but they ruled it a draw. It's very hard to beat these tall, lanky, athletic fighters with fast feet. Conor Ben weighs more than Devin, but Conor's 5'8" with a 67-inch reach. What does that mean? That means he's closer to Tank's level. It's going to be much easier for Tank to reach in and land those shots. For those of you who don't know, Tank struggled with Barrios not because Barrios was so great, because Barrios was tall and big. Devin brings a lot of that same frame and a lot of that same structure. Now, Marcos, go ahead and get your shit off. Pause. Thanks for liking the live too.
Yeah, bro. I agree with you. I think this fight is gonna be like make Tank a bigger star than he is right now. I think that it's a great move for him to fight Conor Benz. Not only is he gonna be a bigger star in the UK, but he's just gonna become bigger. And then this, if he beats Conor Benz, he doesn't have an excuse not to fight Devin. So I think it's a good fight for overall for boxing, in my opinion. And also, I think it's like Tank hasn't fought since April. It's gonna be about a year. I think it's a good fight to come back to, warm up, and then have the Devin Haney fight.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate to cut you off, but I don't think the Haney fight is coming for another 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I agree with you too.
now, Miguel in the comments says this fight actually happening. They're in talks of making this fight
Hmm.
happen, and this would be a great fight. Eddie Hearn contacted Tank directly. Connor and
Yep.
Tank have been going back and forth on social media. My question to you, Marcos, is
Mhm.
does Tank Davis get the stoppage on a man that is fought at 154 pounds? Does Tank power carry up that many weight divisions? I mean, Connor Ben is really undersized for junior
Yeah.
middleweight because he's not that tall, but he's a true welterweight. Tank Davis
Hmm.
has never fought a true welterweight. And at what weight would they fight in? Would they fight at a catch weight, or would Tank move all the way up to 147?
If
So
if
does
I
he
had to
get the
guess,
stoppage?
it would probably be a catchweight because there was a. I don't know if you ever seen an interview. Eddie Earns before like Conor Benz got caught using his with the eggs, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said
He
him
said
and
got
Tank
caught
would
with
actually
the
fought each other, right?
right.
In the catchweight. He said that himself. Eddie, I think it's gonna be a catchweight, and I think he's probably gonna have a clause on it for not. He's not gonna blow up, but I think if I had to guess, it would be 140 because Conor
No,
Benz
I don't
is
think
huge.
that Connor cannot make no damn 140. That's
So
too small.
what do you
Check
think?
this out. Check this out. I think the catch weight would have to at least be 145, but maybe
Hmm.
they could just make it a welterweight fight. I mean, Tank Davis is dangerous, dangerous, dangerous.
I
Tank
agree.
has what Connor wanted. Tank has what made Connor eat all those damn eggs.
Hmm.
He has natural raw
And,
power.
and he's
So
just smart
first
too.
off, if y'all in here, my bad, Marcos. But
No,
if
go
y'all
ahead. Go
in
ahead.
here, make sure y'all tapping that screen, baby, because we giving y'all top tier content right now. Go ahead, Marcos.
I'm just saying that Tank can outbox him and knock Conor Benz. His last fight, like if that guy shows up versus Tank, Tank knocks him out. You know what I'm saying?
Connor actually is underrated as a boxer.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
though he hasn't been getting the knockouts,
Hmm.
he has pretty good defense. He
He,
has pretty good boxing skill. He gets touched a lot, but he can box. I don't know why he was ever taking the egg shit. I know why is because we're living in the age of short attention span. We're living in the age of instant gratification. So a lot of these guys feel like they gotta get the knockout. Tank Davis naturally has it. Tank was built for the
hmm
social media era. He's gonna give you the highlight
You
reels.
seen a
A lot
video?
of these guys, they're not gonna give you the highlight reels. That's why they feel like they gotta eat a bunch of eggs in
Yep.
order to increase their power. Hold up, Marcos, because we got Schultzy shop up here.
Oh yeah.
Schultzy, how you doing?
What's good, Mike? Nah, I got a question. When you say size don't matter, you just talking about them two?
When I say size don't matter, pause. I'm
Yeah,
talking about
pause on
I'm
that.
talking
Yeah.
about what the women be. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But when I say size don't matter, right? You
Or you
see,
just
notice
talking
the
in
emoji that
general?
I have the emoji like this because it's like a hmm. I'm questioning Tank. I'm asking, do y'all believe Tank is a hypocrite? Because when you talk about weight wise, Conor Ben has walked into fights at 170 pounds. He's rehydrated to 170. So why is Tank so quick to jump in bed with this man? Pause. But he hasn't fought Devin Haney. And my explanation was a lot of people don't understand. It ain't about the weight. It's how they perform it. Devin's 165 pounds that they claim he is on fight night. That's behind a frame that's 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. So that would give Tank problems. And Devin has fast feet. Conor Ben is closer to the ground. He's 5'8", 67-inch reach. He only has what 2 to 3 inches on Tank, and he only has about a inch or two on Tank as far as the reach goes. So Tank is gonna be able to get in and out on this man at will, with ease. Tank is extremely explosive. So I think that's why Tank is more willing to jump in with a technically larger man and Conor Ben than he is with Devin Haney at the moment. Do I think Tank is afraid of Haney? No. But I do believe that Haney will be the toughest fight of Tank's career up to date, and I do believe that that's a fight that they want to hold off for another 2 to 3 years.
And it will only get
I
bigger.
think Tank can knock his ass out.
I think someone can knock him out. But can I say something about Conor Benz?
Yeah.
Did you see his last fight before this?
Yeah, I've seen his last 2 fights actually.
It
Well,
was
actually, I didn't. I watched highlights of the Peter Dobson fight. Now I have to watch that full fight, but I watched the Orozco fight, and in the Orozco fight,
he was
Connor
getting
had good defense, good boxing ability, but Orozco was big as hell. So I didn't hold that against him too much. But the fact that he couldn't stop Peter Dobson, it's alarming. It looks like his power doesn't look the same.
yeah, dude. Before he got caught, it was night and day, bro. He used to like hurt people. He used to really hurt people, and then he got caught. And then I think the egg thing really destroyed him. He used to be like really popular. I mean, his fight versus what's the other guy? The son. You know how their fathers were like rivals.
See, I told you this in the my one of my last videos that I posted. I said that Connor Ben, the fact that he had the egg scandal, the fact that he had the substance abuse scandal, is actually right on brand because his father was accused of using steroids against Gerald McClellan, the G-Man, and a lot of people blame Nigel Ben's alleged steroid use for the reason that G-Man is in his condition today. G-Man today is pretty much almost a vegetable and he has to be cared for around the clock. So if Connor Ben was on that shit, allegedly it would be right up his alley. It would be almost genetically innate. He might have inherited that cheating gene. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, his father is trains him and like gives him everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was, yeah. But I do think Tank will beat him.
Make sure
I
y'all
thought,
tapping that screen in the chat. Make sure y'all liking the video. What's up, Nick?
what's going on? I thought that Nigel Benn lived in Australia and he was staying away from Conor Benn.
No, I seen
Isn't
Nigel at Connor's fights, but I'm
No,
saying
he's in all the
yeah,
time.
even
I'm
though
talking about in training camp and stuff. I thought Nigel moved to Australia and stopped being
I'm not
involved with him.
talking about him training them. I'm talking about genetics. So,
Yeah,
pretty much who your parents are is going to influence you to some degree. It's people who haven't never met their father and mother, but they still have some of the traits of their parents, even though they've never met them or lived around them. So, Nigel Benn allegedly was a steroid user, and people believe that's the reason why Gerald McClellan is in the vegetable-like state that he's in today. So, even if Nigel decided to not hang around Connor or not to go to his camp, technically, allegedly, Connor would still have that cheating gene within him. And it just happens, it will come down to whether or not he wants to activate that cheating gene, but it's there in his subconscious. Like it's just there. That's just how the body works. That's how genetics work.
yeah.
Or the win by any method, Jay. They will
Right.
do anything to win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Nick, go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, no, I didn't have anything. I was just listening.
Okay.
Hey, Miguel and Zeke, thanks for liking the live. Everybody in the chat, make sure y'all are liking the live, tapping the screen. It is greatly appreciated. It pushes the live. A cheating gene isn't a thing. He just wanted to cheat. No, a cheating gene is a thing. A lot of women who cheat on men, guess what? Their mothers cheated, their grandmothers cheated, their great grandmothers cheated. It just is what it is. Y'all don't understand. We are
Even
humans. We inherit
even
genes.
even if it isn't a gene, there's still like the influence.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
whether it doesn't have to be like obviously the gene like people will debate it, but there's an influence. If his father did do that, you don't know what he could be in Connor's ear about behind.
Yeah,
Like
it's
we won't
that
ever
too.
know.
I believe it's a mixture of both. But have you ever heard of the clutch gene?
The what?
Have you ever heard of
No.
the clutch gene? Clutch gene. Someone being
Clutch.
clutch.
Like, what do you mean by clutch?
Clutch like in basketball, 3 seconds left. The
Oh,
clutch
yeah.
gene.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm
Oh,
saying
you mean is that like fight or flight?
no,
Like,
no. The clutch gene, Nick, is like at the end of a game or contest with a few seconds left, somebody is able to do something amazing in order to put the fight or the game in their favor. With all the
Yeah.
pressure on them, they rise to the occasion. They call it the clutch gene. So I believe in these different genes that people do have. And some people they activate those genes. Eli Manning, his clutch gene was better than any gene that was inside of Tom Brady. Brady is a much better quarterback than Manning, but Eli's clutch gene pulled him through. So people saying that cheating isn't a gene, I disagree. if allegedly Nigel Ben cheated, and that means Connor Ben has those cheating genes swimming around in his DNA, and he can potentially activate those genes. A lot of people believe he did activate that gene, and that's why he's running around talking about he ate too many eggs. But that's besides the
Yeah.
point. Who you got winning, Nick? Tank Davis and Connor Ben, and do you believe Tank will beat him by stoppage if you have Tank winning? Hey Zeke, thanks for all of the
Um,
roses, man. I appreciate it.
hmm. I think both fighters are explosive, but to me, from what I've seen between both fighters, I think Tank is a bit more willing to take punishment to deal like one, like
Oh
same with
yeah.
Rolly.
Oh yeah.
Like
That's not
Rolly had,
that's not even close, man. That's a great point
yeah,
too.
Rolly had him on the back foot just to get hit with that short left and then put him out. Like Tank was willing to get hit to dish something out. Where kind of even from the last fight, every time
He
Conor
jumps
Ben got
back.
hit with something big, he just reset. He just
Yeah,
take a
Connor
step back and
resets and
reset.
jumps back. So Connor isn't as adept at dealing with that amount of pain, dealing with that amount of power. A lot of I've said this in different lives. I made a TikTok video about this. Make sure y'all tap in that screen. But a lot of people gave Triple G so much credit for his punch tolerance. A lot of people gave Triple G so much credit for his chin. You know what I mean? His hard cranium. Tank Davis does the
Yeah,
same shit that Triple G did, but people don't mention it. They don't mention that this man can take one hell of a shot. He's taking shots from men
Yeah.
who are naturally larger than him. And Tank will literally take 10, 11, 12 shots right to the dome just to land that one grenade, you know? And
yeah.
it's
Can
amazing.
I
What's up, Vic?
can I address someone in the comments? He said
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Tank has zero defense, and someone who hits hard and his discipline will knock him out. Tank has displayed good defense. I think that people forget that
The
like
Pitbull fight is
you
a great
can lure
example.
people to get too overconfident throwing shots, which is exactly what happened to Rolly. He let
The
Rolly
Ryan Garcia, the
Rolly
Ryan
let his
Garcia
hands go.
knockdown.
Yep, Garcia let his hands go, and then what happened? One shot, like
What you
you.
describing, Nick, is mental warfare,
Yeah,
IQ, playing
Yeah.
possum. Tank knows how to play possum.
he
Playing
was
possum is
putting his
what?
hand down.
The possum will pretend to be dead
Yeah.
when their little opponents, when their predators come around, they'll pretend to be dead. That's what they call playing possum. So Tank will pretend, look, I don't have defense. You're touching me up. I can't move away from this shot. And when the opponent
Yeah.
gets comfortable, that's when Tank comes to life and knocks a motherfucker out.
Santa
So a
Another
lot of
point.
y'all don't
Santa Cruz
understand this.
knockout
Nick
was
and
a great
Marcos,
example.
they get it.
Mhm.
Another point I'd like to bring up too is like another thing that shows that Tank plays possum, right? You have Rolly walking forward on you, throwing like hard shots
Mhm.
because Rolly can like he does hit hard.
He can hit. Yeah, he
Um,
hurt Tank more than anybody, in my opinion.
Yeah,
in that moment when Tank is backpedaling to throw that short left, he does not take his eyes off Rolly at all. His eyes are like fully focused on Rolly. Where look at Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. What
mhm.
happened before he got knocked down? He like looked away. He flinches. Like, have you
Closes his
noticed when
eyes.
Garcia punches with his
They
eyes
playing
closed?
for the gifts.
That's the
Mhm.
difference between like playing possum and actually not wanting to get touched. Tank has
That
obviously shown there's no problem getting touched, just to
Tank
let one shot,
Tank
which is
says this. He says number one, he wants to make the fights exciting. But number two, a lot of people don't understand. Tank has been training with Floyd Mayweather since he was a teenager. Like I think like 14 or 15 or some crazy shit like that. Floyd teaches his fighters, and Floyd did this himself. They go into the fight allowing themselves to see their opponent's power. Like they want to feel your power early on so they know what they're dealing with. Zeke, thank you for all of the gifts. I cannot thank you enough. Now I have to address my man JJ. JJ, he made a good point that we didn't address. He said that his main point was he was talking about a disciplined fighter. He said a disciplined fighter could potentially knock out Tank, right? And he said Rolly wasn't disciplined, and neither was Ryan. That's facts. Yes, Tank
yeah,
has not fought a disciplined fighter, and I'll give you that. But one guy that is on Tank's radar that is disciplined is that boy Devin Haney, and I have Devin Haney beating Tank at 140, and I fuck with Tank. I think Tank is one of the most explosive, one of the highest IQ boxers, one of the most skilled boxers in the world. But I think Devin is bringing so many things to the table that gives him an advantage, like his size, the amount of distance that Tank is going to have to travel just to land those shots against Devin. And Devin is getting all type of experience. When Devin fought Lomachenko, his walk changed, the way he talked changed. You know what I mean? He got
yeah.
his swagger back, if you will. But his
One,
confidence is on a whole other level right now. And I don't know if
yeah.
Tank is going to be able to break that confidence. Zeke, thanks for liking the live. Everybody in the chat, make
One
sure you tap in that screen, baby.
I
Go
think
ahead, Nick.
I think
One thing
Tank
that
can
I
get in Devin Haney's
oh,
head pretty easy, man. You know,
Huh?
I think Tank can get in Devin's head pretty easy. All he has to do is that Devin. He makes fun of Devin because Devin wants to be him, and Devin always gets mad about that, and everyone knows that's
I
true.
don't think Devin want to be Tank. A lot of guys actually are trying to force knockouts because they want to get some of Tank's stardom and some of his
No,
attention. And I remember when Anthony Yard or Yarde, however the hell you say his name, he was
yeah,
trying to land the exact same uppercut that Tank landed against Leo Santa Cruz when he fought Artur Beterbiev. Like a lot of these motherfuckers are motivated by Tank. So it's not
yeah.
just Devin. And Devin isn't trying to necessarily be like Tank. That's more of a narrative that was pushed by that guy Southpaw, and most people just repeat what they hear. Go ahead, Nick. Say what you was gonna say, bro.
about before, I think one person who is disciplined enough to at least outbox Tank is Shakur. He will absolutely
Oh
not
yeah.
knock Tank out. There's no chance. Like there's no chance.
I don't see
But
Devin Haney knocking out Tank too, man. You
Oh
gotta.
I
no,
don't.
look. I don't
I
think
don't
Devin
know.
would knock Tank out, but I think Devin has a chance to potentially drop Tank. Because Devin, and I'm doing a video on this tomorrow when
He has like
Shane Mosley described Floyd Mayweather's power, but Devin has that counterpunching
split power.
ability. Devin has that reach where he could catch a guy coming in. Tank is gonna have to come in. He's not necessarily gonna beat Devin on the back foot, I don't think. Although Tank can counter bigger guys on the back foot. But Devin can
See,
control the distance and catch Tank coming in, and who knows what happened? Like he fuck around and drop Tank for the first time. In the same way that Regis had been dropped by Zoria, but nobody expected Devin in his first fight going up without any tune-ups to really drop
yeah.
Regis, to have Regis wobbly on both legs, to potentially could have stopped Regis if he had a different mentality.
There was a couple shots that I saw Haney land against Prograis, and I was like, oh wow. Like there was some snap on them as well. Particularly the stuff mid range, like when Devin would throw his right hand and the hook straight after, but he'd loop it. But even that, like just a like I don't know how to explain it. He kind of more used his forearm for the hook, not I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Like obviously you compete and stuff, but how do I explain it? Instead of using like your whole rotation of your hips and your shoulder and everything for the hook, he just kind of tensed his forearm. It was like a short
Just an arm
hook.
punch. Yeah, just an
Yeah.
arm punch.
But even that cracked. And I was like, oh shit, he could do damage to people at 140.
I mean, we saw in the Regis fight, literally 140 is a much better weight for him because he doesn't have to drain himself. Zeke, thanks for tapping that screen this entire time. I appreciate it, man. Everybody that's tapping that screen, that's what's up. We got somebody named Nina coming up. The guest has already gone offline, so Nina ain't coming up. Anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand. Somebody says you got Tank in the fight with Conor Ben. I'm gonna tell you this. This fight is closer than anybody imagines. Conor would be the biggest fighter that Tank has fought. He would be weighing more than Mario Barrios weight. And Conor has underrated boxing skills. The reason people are hating on Conor's skills is because Conor got caught cheating. So once you get caught cheating, people don't really respect you as much. But Conor's boxing skill is really good. It's just he doesn't have the immaculate knockout power that he tried to convince people that he had. So now they're
He does
underrating
put
his skills.
I've noticed like if you look at the fight with Algieri, like Conor Ben was putting his shots together quite well. I know even then he might have been like cheating, but obviously you can cheat, but it still doesn't like cheating doesn't give you ring IQ or you know what I
No,
mean?
if
Like
you on that shit, it'll make it easier for you to put punches together because you're moving
yeah,
faster, and you're also more confident because you know your opponent is afraid of your power. So I don't know. I can't really grade Conor Ben as a boxer anymore, but ever since he's not been on that shit, he still has shown good boxing skill. Hey, Restless, when you're not talking, I need you to mute your mic because I don't know what's in your background, but you got a lot of
My
static
bad,
in the
bro.
background.
I'm driving. I'm my fault.
No,
Hold
you
on.
good. No, you fine. It's just if you're not talking, mute it, and when you want to talk, unmute it.
I think who I think Conor Ben and Tank would be a good fight. Depends on
It
the
would be
weight.
great. Good. It'd be great. But first off, Conor is bringing the UK audience. So this is
Yeah,
Floyd Mayweather, Ricky Hatton. This is the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. A lot of people don't give Floyd the credit for why Tank is a national superstar. Floyd has
yeah,
handled his career very, very well. Even though Tank has yet to fight the top guys, he's done a lot of legwork as far as his entertainment value to the sport, the way that they've staged his career. The fight with Ryan Garcia was huge. They broke pay-per-view numbers. So a very smart decision of an opponent. And now to go over it to the UK, and this won't be the first time that Tank fought in the UK, but to do it
No,
against
no, no,
like
no.
Connor Ben with the name, this would be great in
Someone with
order
the
to make
name.
Tank a global star.
This is gonna be second time fighting in the UK.
Yeah, that's what I said. This won't be his first time. That's what I just said.
Yeah, I
But
think this.
the guy he's fighting now actually has a name for himself.
Yeah, Connor he has a pretty big following on Instagram or and
Yep.
Twitter.
And
And listen,
that's why he was eating them eggs, because when you get knockouts nowadays, you could push your following up, because we're living in the age of short attention span. We're living in the age of instant gratification. So I
and
understand why Connor did what he did. I just disagree with it.
and
Do
British
you
people, listen, I can tell you this right now. British people, if they know you have like are good at anything, they will support you until
That was
they die.
good.
They're crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
This
listen.
this fight
If
will.
you black and you go over to that damn UK, they they worship you. I don't know what it is, but that's just what it is.
I mean, look at Anthony Joshua.
Nigga,
Tyson Fury is a better boxer, but like they
But they
pick
love
they have
Joshua is really the cash cow. They love
yeah.
Joshua. Those British people,
only
those
person
UK
beat
people,
Haney is
it
Tiafimo.
is what it is. I don't know what it is, but hey, Mike, what's up, man? What you got to say?
Good, bro. Shit, just seeing how it's looking, man. This shit going down Thursday, you know.
Fimo Lopez did get beat by Kambosos.
Hold up. You said what's going down on Thursday?
Shit, a Tiafimo fight and Ortiz.
Ortiz. Okay. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna have to watch that fight, because I'm gonna have to watch that fight to see if Tio could do anything with Devin Haney. And Ortiz, we know
Yeah,
he's
he'll
not
beat the shit
completely
out of
down,
Devin Haney, bro.
huh?
He gonna beat he the only person that can beat Haney in my opinion.
Who?
Damn,
I
that's a hell
disagree
of a
with that
statement.
Tiafimo.
fully.
That's a hell of a
Fimo
statement.
had like a chance to fight Devin Haney, and he chose not to. And he lost to Kambosos, and then he lost everything.
Alright, but Haney just got the Haney a dog, man. Don't get me
Do I
wrong.
still got it?
I think he'll beat everybody at 140.
I think I
So
established
Besides Tiafimo.
KJ.
Hold
ain't
up.
Teofimo the
Go
one
ahead,
that said
Russell.
that? Yeah, ain't Teofimo the one that said that? Do I still got it? He was questioning himself, and that wasn't no clickbait.
Bro, he 2-time
Well, I mean,
MVP.
listen, this is the thing. T.O. said, do he still got it? A lot of men in all
It's
fields, they
clickbait.
doubt themselves every day. They just push through it. Terrence Crawford, before the Errol Spence fight, he literally was asking himself, like, damn, am I going to win this shit? And he pushed through it. T.O. problem is he revealed that to the world at one of his weakest moments. He should have kept that shit to himself.
He lost that fight
Yeah.
too. Everyone, he lost that
100% fact. He should have kept that to himself, so everybody's doubting him and everything he do, so they gonna watch him real hard this week.
I think
You hear me? Ryan Garcia
going
gonna
back to
beat Devin
the
Haney.
Tiafimo and Cambosis, KJ, I think I've given enough. You can tell that I'm unbiased when it comes to boxing now. I'm Australian, and I don't think that necessarily Cambosis beat Tio. I think Tio beat Tio. He got two, because you got to remember too, it was a split decision by the end of the fight as well. It wasn't unanimous. It wasn't like by a landslide. It was a split decision. So, the knockdown
Yeah,
happened in
Tank
the
need to
first
get in the
round.
ring, bro. It's about time, man. He been laid off for a minute.
Who?
No,
Who,
Court.
Tio?
He had to deal with Court, bro.
Who do you say he needs to get in the ring?
Tank, but
Tank,
Tank.
Oh,
bro.
Tank. Oh, yeah. I mean, Tank, at the end of the day, Tank is approaching superstardom. So he has to be fighting at least 3 times
Yeah,
a year, bro.
man.
We don't,
At least
like,
3.
Tank got to get you with a fight in
He was
January.
supposed to
Something
fight
in
in
summer,
December,
and
but
something in December.
Man, I'm an Errol Spence
Yo,
fan
I'm
at the
gonna
end of
tap
the
back
day.
in, man. Be blessed, bro.
When I think about it, like Tank says that he wants the money and stuff, but could you imagine the money that he'd be on if he was having the big fights, like 3 big fights a year, or at least 2? I think 3 might be too much, because then you
You gotta
burn out
understand
everything.
something. You have to understand something. This is what they're doing. And Tank is actually under a lot of pressure. Now he's under a lot of pressure to fight, the Devins and the Shakors and all those people, but they're gonna fight Devin in 2 to 3 years. They're gonna fight Shakur in 2 to 3 years. Like Tank's wars, where he's gonna be rematching dudes fighting 2 to 3 times. That's all coming at the end of his career, because after those fights, Tank is going to retire. But what that means is Tank is under an immense level of pressure. He has to win. He has to pretty much try to go undefeated, because any
Yeah,
if he
yeah.
loses, it's going to affect the sales of a Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson fight. Because even if Devin or Shakur lose, people still want to see them fight Tank. Tank is the man, and Tank is the guy that everyone's claiming that he's not fighting nobody. So when you're going up against an opponent and people don't even respect your opponent, a loss looks even worse. So
Tank
Tank
finna
has
fight
to
the
win
winner
all
of
these fights until he gets to the Devin and the Shakur fight, and that's a lot of pressure. So
It
far,
looks
he's
like
been doing well
Tank
with
is
it.
fighting Conor Benz, bro.
Nah, bro. Tank finna fight the winner of Pitbull and Rolly.
Oh
No,
yeah, I saw that too. But he could
there's
get the
no
Conor
point.
Ben fight and then fight the winner of Pitbull and Rolly at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's what I
Like,
don't even see why
Yeah,
he
but
should
I
fight
know that
Big
he's gonna
honestly,
Ball.
fight
that's
the
a good
winner of
idea.
Pitbull and Rolly because that fight is all about him getting a belt at 140. That's all that fight is about.
Yeah.
And the PBC, they're setting it up great. The way that they set that shit up was like an alley oop right to Tank Davis.
What about B-Ball and Beater B? That shit
Yeah,
happening.
that fight just got made. It's a
Yeah,
done
yeah.
deal. June
I can't
1st.
wait
I've
for that.
Dude, that
I've
fight
got
is so
Bivol,
interesting, bro.
I got
but
Bertha
I
Beard.
have
Fuck what you heard.
I got I
I
got
can't wait.
Man,
I
I
a
can't
don't
reason
know.
though.
I got
I have
It
a
could go either
reason why
way.
I've got Bivol over Beterbiev.
I
Personally,
just
I prefer Beterbiev. Like I like Beterbiev
I
more
got
than
better
Bivol,
BF all day,
Yo, I
man.
but
got
I've
Bertha
still
Can't even
got
Beard,
say
man.
I've only got Bivol because from all the fights that I've seen,
B-Ball a dog
Beterbiev
too.
hates straight shots coming down the center. He kind of just steps back, resets, instead of like, and that's against like lesser fighters than Bivol. So I'm not too sure how he would go,
Beater BF gonna
especially
walk
take
through
into
all that,
But
bro.
I
consideration
mean,
Bivol's
hey,
work
most
rate.
of the
gonna
time,
outbox him.
the great boxer beats the great puncher most of the time. So you have a good point, Nick. But
Mhm.
Bertha Beard, his power is special. Like
I want to
it's
rock with
special,
Beterbiev.
man.
Yeah, he gonna
Trust
walk
me.
through
Like
B-Ball.
I
Nah,
like Beterbiev more
nah.
than Bivol. Like I want to rock with Beterbiev, but I'm just trying to think like unbiased. I think Bivol has the youth, but he also has the straight
Yeah,
shots and the work rate. And
he's
from obviously what we've seen against Canelo and Zerto as well, the
I'm sorry,
discipline as well.
I couldn't use the Canelo fight because you're talking about a man who really isn't a light heavyweight.
Canelo be
That's why
ducking smoke,
I don't even
man.
look at the Canelo fight when thinking about
That is
Berta
true.
Biev and Bivol. Berta Biev, he can okay. Put this in perspective. Berta Biev in the amateurs, he was able to drop Usyk with a body shot. In the amateurs, you have on larger gloves. Usyk is a naturally larger man than Berta Biev. There's no way he's supposed to be able to drop Usyk with a body shot, make this man get on one knee. That's how special his power is. That's why I wouldn't use the Canelo fight, me personally.
You know, I understand that. That's fair.
Canelo
That's fair.
ducking the smoke. That's
I
all I
think
gotta say.
I do think as well.
He finna fight all these old ass fighters, bro, like
and
Jamal
smaller
Charlo
fighters.
and shit.
We know that Canelo don't want to fight Benavidez. Like
Yeah,
fuck,
nah,
that's
he
why
don't
we
want that
talking about
smoke.
Tank
Yeah, no,
and
I
Ben
agree.
and Bivol and Berta be fights that actually happen.
He don't want that smoke. He don't want to get beat up that bad, nah.
Yeah.
No
nope.
joke.
I gave up on that dream.
He
I
don't want to
wanted
get
that fight,
busted
but
up like
there's
that.
no way.
That's
I
what
think the
If I
same.
Benavidez
was
gonna do to him.
I don't mean
if I was Canelo, I'd just beat up on small black man too, man.
I don't mean to
Shit,
bring
if
up
Canelo
the.
Yes,
if
baby.
Canelo hit Benavidez one good time, bro, that's gonna make Benavidez turn into that monster.
I don't mean to bring up the Bivol and Canelo fight again, but I just think
No,
that
you
with the
good. You can bring up
Benavidez,
whatever you want to bring up, man. I was just saying
with
I
the
wouldn't use it to compare personally Berta Biev and
Canelo
Bivol.
would be
Go ahead, Nick.
yeah,
Finish your point,
that's
and then Marcos, you go ahead and go.
I was thinking with the Benavidez fight against Canelo, I think the same problem that he had against Bivol will happen in that fight. Because we can be real here, Benavidez could go up to 175 and still crack pretty much just as hard as he can at 168. But I think that the activity of Benavidez is what will get Canelo.
I'm
Like,
trying to see that Caleb
on
Plant
Literally,
Jamal
Bivol can do
Charlo though.
everything: the size, the activity. But hey, Marcos, what was you saying? And then Mike, you can
No,
go ahead. Marcos was saying something.
Mike, did you just say you want to see Canelo versus Charlo, bro?
Nah, bro, I said Caleb Plant versus Charlo.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
a
good
good
fight.
fight. That's a good
Caleb
fight.
and
That's a good
Charlo is a
fight.
good
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
Like literally, I don't know why they're not trying to look. Sometimes you gotta get
No,
ratchet
for
with
real.
promotion. This white boy slapped this man.
Yeah, did him dirty,
But you
bro.
know
That's
what
gonna
though?
be a huge
Caleb
fight.
was justified in slapping him because Charlo put his hands on Caleb Beard. So
Yeah.
Charlo was in the wrong. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, Caleb Plant slapped the shit out of this brother and he ain't do shit. So guess what? We have a backstory. We have drama. They should have been fought. Fuck.
Yeah,
Why
they should
was
have done lined it
Jamal
up.
Charlo even fighting Jose Benavidez Jr.? He should have came back and fought Caleb Plant. Nobody cared about the Benavidez Jr. fight and he didn't get the shot.
The Charlo brothers got the money got to him.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
possible. That's
They
possible.
They used to be
Sometimes
dogs, man. They used to be real like good. I used to watch
Make sure
were
them.
y'all
chasing
liking
Canelo.
tapping that live. Make sure y'all liking the live, bro. Make sure y'all tapping the screen.
They were
I
just
think with
chasing Canelo, bro. And then once they got the Canelo fight, I think Charlo, like, it's just too much. Too much. You saw there's a video of him putting his hat on, he's shivering, bro. As soon as I
Charlo,
saw that video, he's putting the hot.
that fight,
He's
bro.
facing. He's doing a face with Canelo. He's putting his head on. He was shivering, bro.
I don't think he was shivering out of fear. Canelo is a global superstar. So
Yeah, if
some
you fight
guys, when they get to that
Canelo, you
level,
made it,
and
man. You ain't never got to
you look
fight
around, you've
again.
never seen a crowd like that in your life. So not everybody was born to be in front of all of them people. And I don't mean that like in the fight. Of course, he could fight in front of them people. I'm talking about in the build up to a fight. Charlo never been surrounded in no damn atmosphere
The
like that.
only
So
reason
his body
Canelo
probably
even like
reacting
that,
like
bro,
that.
because he fought Mayweather.
Yeah,
Hmm?
and then
That's the only reason Canelo liked that, because he fought Mayweather back in the day.
A lot of people who fought Floyd,
He ain't fought nobody
that's the
else,
pinnacle
man.
of them getting used to that type of a crowd or that type of environment. Because Canelo has seen an even bigger crowd when he fought Floyd than anything he's seen in his own career. So that's a great point that you made.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
for sure.
You think that's gonna
I've
happen
never.
with Benavidez?
What?
No.
That he
Like,
gonna be scared?
yeah, yes, sidetrack,
Oh
man.
no, man! Shit, the more people that come out there, the more Benavidez is gonna want to knock Canelo out. That's the type of
Ain't
dude that I.
Benavidez got to fight?
Hey Tate, thanks for liking the live,
You
man.
know what?
Everybody that's been tapping that
What
screen, thank you.
KG? Can I tell you what Benavidez should do?
Who the
If
hell is
Canelo's
KT?
gonna fight,
Like, nah.
if Canelo's gonna fight someone on May, on Cinco de Mayo, right? Or
He's going to
he
fight
should do
Jamal
a fight.
Charlo. Watch.
He
He
gonna
should do
fight
a
Charlo.
fight a week before that, and then if he just does a fight a week or after that, everyone wants Canelo will have to fight him.
In my opinion, bro,
Did
You
he
talking
not?
about Benavidez should fight
ain't
like a
no
week after
ain't
that?
no pay-per-view fight
Or a
coming
week
off a
before that?
loss, man. You ain't headline no pay-per-view fight off a loss like most of these fighters do nowadays.
Did you know what I
Look,
said?
Benavidez, it don't matter when he fight or when he places his fights. Canelo is in full control. If Canelo wanted to fight, he would have to fight.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like the Rothschilds, the grandmother. She said, if my sons didn't want war, there would be no war, because they was the most powerful people in the world at that time, and maybe even today.
Yeah.
Canelo is one of the most powerful entities in boxing right now. So if a fight is not happening between him and another man, it's because he doesn't want to fight.
I
He
also heard
refuses
Tank
to
finna fight
fights at
Pacquiao.
this point.
This is why boxing is not a serious sport no more. You can't do that in MMA or UFC. You'll get stripped immediately, man.
Boxing has always been like this, though. I mean, Sugar Ray Robinson ducked great black fighters that were blackballed from having championships. Sugar Ray Robinson ducked Charlie Burley. Sugar Ray Robinson ducked Ezra Charles. These are men who probably could have knocked him out. So it
Yeah,
is
I
what it
think
is.
Ezra Charles would have. I think Ezra
Ezra was
Charles would
What
have
naturally
y'all
won.
think?
quicker than Sugar Ray.
What y'all think about
Ezra,
Errol Spence
he
coming
knew how
back?
to set up knockouts just like Sugar Ray. He probably would have knocked his ass out.
What you
Yeah.
think about Errol Spence, bro?
Oh, I think Errol Spence is still great. I think Errol was a unified welterweight champion. He was the second longest reigning welterweight champion. He
Yeah.
stayed in the weight class too long. He wasn't responsible as a boxer, always drinking. The
Yeah.
car crash, I don't know if he was drunk, but I hope not. But that was something that really slowed down his career as well. Errol went through a lot of shit. Here's the thing though.
One.
Errol could come back at 154, still be dominant, still win a few belts, and still retire and potentially go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One thing that I
I
think people
know.
overlook is. Oh, sorry.
I know his loss versus Spence was like ugly, but like you can come back for that. If you win, I don't think at 54. I mean, I think he can beat Tim Zhu. You know, and he can probably unify if like Charlo's not there. I
We
think
just gotta wait and see what Errol. We just
Bro,
gotta.
Charlo got shot in the back of the head. Ain't nobody fucking with him.
yeah, I think
I
Charlo.
think you mean Bud.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
Yeah,
mean,
that
Errol
dude got
survived
shot,
a
man.
car
Ain't
crash
Bud
and
nobody
his
is just a
body flipped out and he
ain't
lost
nobody
2
dropping
teeth.
him.
So it's like these dudes are both.
Like if you gonna beat Crawford, bro, that shit gonna go to the scorecards.
No. If Crawford go up and fight Canelo, it ain't going to the scorecards, in my opinion. I think Crawford will get stopped for the first time in his career. Make sure y'all tapping that screen, my boy, in the chat.
dude. Dude,
I
Crawford's
don't
just
know,
an
bro.
animal, bro. He's an
Canelo ain't got that style no more, man.
Canelo still got that bang, man. He still got the bang for
Yeah,
your
he
buck.
got that. Yeah,
And
he
he's a
got that
natural
bang, but he ain't got like I ain't seen no clean punch from him in a minute, bro. Besides Caleb Plant.
anytime Charlo actually threw, he was kind of landing on Canelo. Sure as you're telling
I
me.
mean, anytime Canelo threw at Charlo, he just like breaking him down.
Look, man, Charlo is a naturally bigger man than Bud. And
He just
Charlo
kept
got
hitting
in
him in
that
the arm
ring,
and
and when
shit.
he felt the power, this is not the Canelo that fought Floyd. Canelo was 154. This man has fought at light heavyweight. When Charlo felt the power that Canelo was putting on him, Charlo made a business decision. He said, I got my money. I'm going home with my brains intact, with my body intact. I'm going to go make love to my girl. I'm going to probably go find another girl. Fuck it. But I am not leaving this ring with broken ribs. I'm not leaving this ring with a broken jaw. I'm not going to the hospital after this fight. So Charlo made a business decision. It was bad for his career in
I
the long
think
run because now people are looking at
Crawford
the
beating
salary.
Canelo, man.
Hmm?
I think Crawford beat Canelo.
Canelo just
I
can't
think
box, bro.
Crawford has a chance against anybody, but I don't think he will. And I'm making a video about this tomorrow, but I'm gonna just say why I don't think so. A lot of what Crawford does is based off his countering ability, his
Yeah.
timing, his speed, his athleticism. If Crawford puts on weight, which he's gonna have to do in order to be able to deal with Canelo's power, he could potentially be slower. And Crawford has
Yeah.
great power, but power is what? Mass times acceleration. His Crawford is going to have more mass, but he's not going to be able to accelerate as well because I don't think that Crawford is on that shit like Roy Jones allegedly was. I don't think he's going to be able to jump up with 15 to 20 pounds of muscle and still be super fast and super quick. Although his feet would still be faster than Canelo's, no matter how much weight he put on. He can get pregnant and would still have faster feet than Canelo, in my opinion.
If
Yo,
One thing,
Charlo did his shit, Crawford definitely
what do
gonna
you guys
have a better chance.
what do you guys think is the biggest fight in boxing to make right now?
Canelo Alvarez versus David
yeah,
Benavidez. It's the
What about
biggest
you,
fight in
Mike?
boxing. It'll shut down everything. You know why?
Mhm.
Before the fight happens,
Say beef all and bitter
people
beer
aren't gonna believe that
shit.
it's gonna be the biggest fight. But when they see Canelo get fucking stopped, it's gonna shake up the whole world.
Oh yes.
It will
But
shake up the whole world. That's the
if
biggest fight in boxing.
Benavidez knocks Canelo out,
When Canelo gets stopped, guess what? Everybody gonna be asking for a rematch.
dude,
That's the
yeah.
biggest fight in boxing, and Canelo knows it. That's why his ass been running, keep running.
if
He act
I'm
like
telling
David
you this,
Benavidez
bro,
ain't been calling him out
if
and shit. That's crazy, man.
Benavidez knocks Canelo out, his life has changed. He will become the star of boxing, bro.
Literally,
That's how big.
not just his life. The boxing landscape changed. Canelo has been holding up the super middleweight division, not making the best fights happen. Benavidez,
Yeah.
I don't even think he would stay at super middleweight after beating Canelo, but at least it will allow some of these other great super middleweights to get a chance at some of these belts. We could learn different names and shit. Then Benavidez could go up to light heavyweight and fight Bertabiev and Bivol and really cement his
David's
legacy. But
morale will
Canelo
get
has been
better.
holding back all of this greatness. Gray Beard, thanks for liking a live.
David
See,
morale will get better.
I don't think Benavidez would knock Canelo out cold. I think it would more be a stoppage.
Oh
Body
no,
slam.
not knocking him out cold, but he's gonna drop him at least once or twice, and
I
they're
think
gonna
it's
have to.
gonna be a
It's gonna be a
That'd be
knockout.
TKO.
crazy.
I
It's
think
gonna
it's
be a
gonna be a
TKO.
knockout.
So quickly, just going back to the point about Bud fighting Canelo as well. I think that Bud going to 168 is the same as if Loma was to go to 140. I just think it's too
Much.
much.
It's too
Yeah.
much. Yeah, like I don't. But you
Too
know
much.
what? I can't hate Bud. I can't blame Bud if he want to go to fight Canelo because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, the check don't get no bigger than that, and
Yeah.
that's why these fighters are fighting. They're
Man,
prize fighters. So
listen. The fight behind you, bro. I don't care what nobody say on this live. Tank Duck Devin. I don't care what nobody say. He Duck Devin. I don't care.
Kawaki coming in shooting them shots. So Kawaki, all right, I'm putting you on the stand, man. I'm putting you on the witness stand. All right.
Yeah.
Do you believe, all right, hand on the Bible, are you going to tell us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Do you believe that Tank Davis, also known as Abdul Wahid, do you believe he is a duck? And if he is a duck, do you believe he ducked Devin Haney? And if so, why?
Cause he saying Devin too big, Devin rehydrates to this weight, but he want to fight Conor Ben, who fights at a higher weight class than Devin, who rehydrates to a higher weight than Devin. That's a duck.
No,
That's
can I?
Well, let me give you my perspective.
Bro, Haney moved up. What you
I
mean?
think that Tank knows that Haney is one of his most dangerous opponents, and he wants to hold that fight off. But I think that it's dangerous for these dudes to do that because at the end of the day,
Ryan
Haney.
Garcia will beat Haney, man.
Plus,
What you
we
talking
don't want people to have losses for real when they fight the best. It's best for you to get your first loss versus Haney than to you to risk getting a loss against Conor fucking Ben
Hey,
or whoever.
Hold up, Mike. You said that Ryan Garcia was
Now,
gonna
there's
lose.
other
Yes,
people that was
bro.
trying to
With no
respond to you, so y'all can
rehydration,
go.
yeah, he
Listen,
beating
Kyle
him.
makes fight.
Man, Devin will box circles around Ryan. Ryan isn't skilled. What the fuck?
They
Bro,
even in the
Ryan's
amateurs. What
beat
you
him
talking
2
about?
times already.
Bro, that's
Ryan,
the
Ryan has a
amateurs. You realize boxers evolve from the amateurs. You know that, right? They not the same person.
and plus
Devin
the
has
amateurs, I
improved
ain't gonna
way
lie, the
more.
scoring system in the amateurs is all over the place.
Exactly.
It's the worst.
What you think makes Haney so good? That's what I want to know.
His skill.
What skill? He
Hmm?
His
lost to
skill.
Loma.
He didn't lose to Loma. Nope.
Lost to Loma, bro.
No,
No.
Mike,
No.
I have to disagree. I watched that fight 4 to 5 times. I'm gonna tell you how the fight
Yeah,
went.
no, he
The
held the
early rounds,
momentum.
like
He
literally the
controlled
first
the fight,
four
but bro
rounds.
did not land more
Hold
shots.
up, hold up. Let me finish my point. The first 4 rounds and maybe into the fifth round,
I watched
Devin
it.
controlled the fight with a right hand. Loma started to pick it up in the middle rounds,
Yeah,
and you could give him some of those rounds, but most of the middle rounds were swing rounds. Swing rounds
yeah,
go
for
to the
sure.
champion. Loma's best rounds was 9, 10, and 11. Those are rounds that clearly went to Loma. That's only about 3 rounds. And say if you give Loma 2 of the swing rounds, that's what? That's 4 to 5 rounds. It's a 12-round fight. In the 12th round, Loma admitted out of his own mouth that he took the round off because he felt as though he'd done enough. The real reason he took the
Exactly.
round off is because he was 35 and he was feeling the effects of getting hit with the right hand to the
Yeah,
body,
nah,
as
I
well as
believe
trying to
that.
push the pace. So Devin Haney won that fight at least 7 rounds to 5, in my opinion.
Yeah, nah,
If you
I
think
hear
that it
you.
was a draw, then you would still have to give it to Haney because Haney went into the fight undisputed with 4 belts. Loma went into the fight with the belt around his pants, and that's it.
Yeah, I hear you. But I mean,
The only reason
bro,
why people say like
he ain't gonna, man.
I
All
hate
right,
saying this, but like you can clearly see it's because Devin Haney is like he's they want like a European champion instead of a black African American.
I mean, you could be a black champion. It's just that you got to be charismatic as hell.
No.
Uh, Loma shouldn't even have had a chance to fight Haney, but Haney wanted to prove that he was fighting for legacy. Like
Hey,
Haney could have
KJ,
big time
he
Loma.
just wanted
Loma
to
didn't
prove
have
he was
shit to
better than
offer.
Teofimo.
you see what they say? They said Tank will KO Lomachenko.
Yeah, Tank could possibly knock out Lomachenko, but
He
Tank
could
had a chance.
possibly.
He had
He
a
could.
chance to fight Loma years ago and didn't want to take it. So that's a duck right there. I don't know if he ducking Haney. I think he holding Haney off, but I do believe Tank ducked Loma, and it is
I
what it
agree.
is.
Did you see how many times Floyd would publicly be like, "Oh, we're making the Loma
Yeah.
fight and it's for Tank," and
He
then
was
he just
doing that
wouldn't do
to,
it.
to get Tank under control, and people they
Man,
act like that shit ain't happen. Floyd
he
used to
do.
dangle Lomachenko around Tank like a leash. He used to bring out the Lomachenko leash whenever Tank
Man,
was acting out and shit.
Yeah,
man, Tank dug Tevin Farmer too. I don't care.
I
Damn.
think
He did. But Tevin Farmer was in his
Kawaki will take
face.
ass, boy.
He ducked who?
Tevin
it,
Farmer was in his face,
Mm.
saying let's unify the division.
You know what?
Oh, you
You know
know
what?
who else I would have loved to see Tank fight? That damn Gary Russell Jr., boy. He was
Ooh.
begging for a Tank fight.
just in the chat, a guy said that we forget how scared Loma was of Tio's power. I think it was well established near the end of the fight. The thing, Loma against anyone doesn't want to get hit, but as soon as he realizes that it's
Yeah, that's why I think
boxes
Teofimo gonna
circles
beat
around people,
Haney, bro.
it's just his mentality that lets him down. He just chokes. Loma chokes. He's a generational talent. He's like one of the best, most technically flawless boxers we've
Peyton
ever
Manning.
seen.
He the Peyton
But
Manning of boxing.
he chokes. Yeah, he just chokes. That's all it is.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Soul Negro. Gary Russell is a oldie but goodie. I thought it was because Pacquiao has been talking about fighting Tank, but Gary Russell is a oldie but goodie. That fight would be crazy. I don't know if Gary's not gonna have the same speed and shit like that, but I would love to see a fight with Gary Russell Jr. and Tank Davis. I don't think it's gonna do that good on paper. Like, it's gonna do decent
I
on
had
pay-per-view, but Gary Russell, he was never really popping. You know what I mean?
Hey,
You know,
Who was it that
listen. Whoever say Haney struggles with T.O., I understand the triangle method don't work in boxing, but hey, man, Cambosis had T.O. face looking like pack of ground beef, man. That's all I got to say.
I
That's all.
understand that, but styles make fights as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and Devin is much slicker than Cambosos.
what
So, hey,
Teofimo get
yo,
back at
who just
today?
said Devin Haney's a pay-per-view star, bro?
Nah,
no, he's not.
he's not a pay-per-view star. Stop that.
30K
Not yet.
pay-per-view, 30K pay-per-view, man. Are we serious?
It'll be interesting to see what his numbers are now because his popularity has grown. But I
No,
don't think it'll still be on the
No.
no.
Sorry,
scale.
He needs to
If his
knock people out.
popularity grown, the Regis fight would have done more numbers.
If
And
he
I
knock,
fuck with Haney, but
sorry,
nah,
I
he
mean,
just
since
had
Hey,
a
listen,
personal
listen. Let
fight.
me tell y'all something. Haney's not a pay-per-view star. Stop
He's
that.
just not. He's just not.
He's
not
not.
now, he's not, no way.
If
No.
Tank, if Haney beat Tank, he still wouldn't be a pay per view star.
Haney
he
is
needs
a
to
good
knock out
legacy
Tank. That's
fighter.
what he needs to do. He
Do
He's a
should
y'all
good
knock
know
out
what
Tank
legacy
in
Haney
the
fighter.
is?
first round.
Do y'all know what Haney is? Do y'all know what Shakur Stevenson is? They're the dance partner for Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, Joe Frazier was not going to be breaking no pay per view numbers, but you get him in there with Ali, a motherfucking superstar. And now people are seeing that the superstar has someone in there that's really trying to take their head off, or someone in there that's really trying to outbox him and win. This is where we get pay per view records being broken. Even when Tank fought Ryan, Ryan isn't the most skilled, but Ryan was trying to take his motherfucking head off. And Ryan, he came with a following of his own. But it was more so the fact that people thought, damn, we might actually see Tank lose. We might
Man,
actually
bro.
see Tank get conquered. You need a dancing partner. The stars need a dancing partner. Devin doesn't have to be a pay-per-view star. Neither does Shakur. Neither does Tio. All they have to do is make the fight with Tank. And that's
Fact.
how boxing has always been.
Hey, the one thing I want to say about the Ryan shit, bro, dude, he got himself dropped in the second round. I'm sorry. He tried to rush a KO, bro. He tried to rush a KO.
He said he
And
was going to do that, though. When he was talking all that shit, talking about, man, maybe that's all I need is a hook. Maybe that's all I need. Hey, Kawaki, thanks for liking the
hell,
live. But Ryan, he gave away his game plan. He was going to come in there, try to land his signature punch, the hook. He was going to telegraph it. He wasn't going to set it up.
Tank
I
too
don't know who the
smart for
fuck he
that.
thought he was fighting.
Tank too smart for that. I don't know why the
Actually,
fuck
I
he
don't know
tried.
who Ryan thought.
Tank
Ryan
like
thought he was
Tank
fighting.
is the Mike Tyson.
No way he tried to underestimate Tank of all
Tank
people.
is the
Come on,
new
bro.
age Mike Tyson, bro.
Oh, no, hell no, bro.
Hell nah.
Hell
Who
no.
is then?
Okay, let
Pitbull?
me tell you, Mike, let me tell you something. Okay,
Pitbull?
I agree with you to some degree.
That boy
Marketability
sleep
wise,
stuff, man.
Tank Davis is getting people to watch his fights because people are expecting a knockout. But if you're talking about fighting style and skill level, Tank is way more skilled than Mike Tyson. And the reason why is because if you could find footage of Mike Tyson fighting going backwards, I'll give you $1,000.
Yeah.
Ooh, finally.
Hey, the
He
only
said it.
thing, hey, listen. The only thing I can give you or Tank and Mike Tyson, they knocking out a bunch of trash cans. That's all I can give you.
All right, I give you that.
So you said so hold on. I gotta put Kawaki back on the stand, man. Hand on the Bible, hand on your heart.
Mm-hmm.
So help me God. You gonna tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Are you saying that Tank Davis could be knocking out trash cans? He could be going door to door as a trash man on Sunday, Monday mornings and shit? Is that what you saying, Kawaki?
Oh no! I ain't saying that. I'm saying like he ain't fight a
So
fighter
what you
or
saying,
high
my
I
caliber.
brother?
need that 1,000.
I'm saying
Shit,
he ain't
shit,
fight a
bro.
fighter of high caliber. Is what I'm saying. Same with Mike Tyson. He ain't fight high
Okay.
caliber fighters until
Yeah, I
like
can pull a
Evander
video up of Mike
Holyfield,
Tyson
Buster
fighting,
Kawaki,
Douglas,
walking
Lennox
backwards.
Lewis, and shit. I mean, he fought
Kawaki,
some decent fighters in between though. I can
Kawaki.
give
I
him
have a
that.
question for you.
Yeah,
You're,
Tony Tucker was a bad boy.
yo, can I ask Kawaki a question?
Yeah, what's
So
up?
Yeah, man. Y'all
you
don't gotta
clearly
ask permission to ask him a question.
you clearly see you're clearly a Devin Haney fan. So can I
Oh
ask you
no.
this question? No,
I'm a,
you clearly favor Devin Haney over Tank. So I have this question for you. If Tank hasn't fought anyone that's good, why is Devin Haney actively trying to fight Ryan Garcia?
Ryan Garcia and Devin got
Money,
history, and Ryan and Devin was supposed to fight
Haney
before
fought.
Tank supposed to fight.
money,
Who is
money. I
Haney
can answer
fought?
that
Dude,
It
like
question.
ain't it ain't it
35
ain't
and
just
0.
money. It ain't just money. Ryan and
Why is he
Devin have
not fighting? I
history.
don't know, like
They
Timofimo
got
Lopez,
history,
like.
but bro, come on.
I,
Right
I,
now, somebody mic. Hey Nick,
yeah,
mute your mic.
his mic echoing.
Yeah, Nick, your mic was repeating. But listen, they
Who
got
is Haney
history,
fought?
but don't nobody even know the history. Like the casuals don't follow that shit.
But another
Casuals
thing I
don't
want to
follow
say,
that shit.
outside the history, what I want to say is like Ryan and Devin was supposed to fight before Tank and Ryan was supposed to fight, and Ryan ducked the fight. That's why I think like Haney trying to reverse back, like damn, man, you was supposed to fight. Like same with Teofimo, he hit Teofimo up again, and he wanted to fight him again, and Tio ducked him and cherry picked Cambosis and
A
got his
lot of
face turned
motherfuckers
to
ducking that boy Haney, boy.
got his face turned to ground beef. That's all I got to say.
A lot of people ducking Devin Haney, but it's the thing. Devin is not no easy win. Like it's a
Exactly.
people see power like casuals. They see power. They see explosiveness, athleticism, and shit like that. But when a person could box at a fast pace for 12 rounds and they can control distance, it may not be the most eye-catching style. It may not be the most aesthetic style, but it's very effective. Floyd showed
Exactly.
that. in a lot of his later fights. That style, that in and out style, hit and don't get hit, very, very effective. HKZR, what's up, man?
Yeah, I see that
Hey,
as fine,
oh
bro.
yeah,
Yo,
KJ,
what's up,
I got
man?
this. I gotta ask this for you too.
Mhm.
Stylistically, who you think gonna be a tougher fight for Devin, Shakur or Tank?
Shakur.
Oh, it's gonna be Shakur because of the. Now you want to talk about history? Them motherfucking sparring sessions are readily available. You see Shakur, and it seemed like he got the best of Devin in most of their sparring sessions. Shakur may have a mental hold on Devin Haney for all we know. The way that Shakur be dismissing, he went up to Devin after Devin became undisputed and told him, "Yeah, you the man for now in front of the whole world." Like that mother. Hey Sam, thanks for the gift, but that man, he really don't give a damn when it comes to Devin.
Hey, and then turn down 25%. I don't want to hear that. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Hey, no, that's a good point. He shouldn't have turned down 20. Shakur, it's because he hang around Crawford. Shakur watched Terrence Crawford negotiate himself to get 50-50, although the numbers did not equate to Crawford getting a 50-50 fight at all.
Fact.
Shakur watched his friend, the man that he modeled his style, well, not his style, but the man that he looks up to and has learned a lot from boxing. He watched him negotiate a 50-50 fight that he really didn't deserve when you look at the business
He
side.
didn't want that
Shakur tried to
25
do the
because if
same
he
thing.
lost, then he was lucked out. He wouldn't be nothing no
Facts.
more.
He talked all that shit. Facts.
Who you
I
talking
think
about?
he just priced
If he would
himself
have to
out.
lose, he wouldn't want to take 25.
Oh, Shakur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you truly
If
believe
he's
in
so
yourself,
confident,
sometimes
he should have took it.
you gotta be the
Can
B side. Floyd did it with De La Hoya.
Yeah, exactly.
Facts.
can we also highlight though? I think another reason why, obviously, that could be true that Shakur didn't want to take the 25 because if he lost, that would have been him done. But I think that's not on him. That's on fans. That's on the casual fan base because you see people take one loss and then their career is all of a sudden over. It doesn't take
Right.
away from how
It
good
doesn't
they are.
take away that loss. Yeah.
I mean,
But
It's
Nah, it don't
we
take
can
away,
give
but
guys.
how you gonna
another
build up
question I want to ask y'all
after
about
that?
Shakur. Hey, do y'all actually think
If you
his
done
hand was
built that
broken
fight
in
for
his last
years,
fight?
Pardon?
Y'all thought his hand was broken in the last fight? He said it.
I
I
think it was
think he
hurt.
had some type of injury. He never fought like that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, I was finna say, yeah, Shakur never fought like that before.
Hey, somebody said 30 eggs a
I just
day.
seen it.
I mean, if you watch,
He really tried to say he ate too many eggs. Like, if you don't get your sunny side up, ass up out of, bro.
Exactly.
Nobody, I know Arrow killed me with that exactly shit, but
Arrow.
nobody eats eggs like that. Like, get the fuck out of here. No one is waking up and
But
eating
Arrow
eggs
funny
in
as
the
fuck,
morning, in
boy.
the evening, and at night and shit. Like, you know how Muslims have to pray 6-7 times a day and shit. This motherfucker was eating eggs religiously, like allegedly. Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
going back to the Shakur point, if you watch the last round, he did not throw the left hand pretty much at all during the fight. But then you
Yeah,
see
he
in the
did not
12th,
see
he
that.
started to let it go, right? In a few interviews I've seen after, he then goes back and says that his mindset in the 12th was like, look, my hand is screwed, but I'm still going to try and throw it at least. And when he did, he was like, I believe there was something not right with him. I think if you, like, stylistically, it's a good matchup for Shakur going against De Los Santos anyway.
Someone made a great point, Nick. Sorry to cut you off. First
Yeah,
off,
no, you're
y'all
good.
here, make sure y'all tapping the screen. It shouldn't be just Kawaki. It said we got a couple people up in that chat. Make sure y'all tap that screen. That's how we push the live. But somebody said Tank broke his hand versus Pitbull. I don't know if Tank broke it, but he injured his hand. And he did put on a better performance than Shakur did with his injury. So that's to be noted. That's a good point.
He did.
Tank
He
Davis,
did.
when he was injured, he still put on a better performance than Shakur. So I
Hey,
think
but
Shakur played it a little bit too safe, and he
another
who
forgot
y'all
They
think
do have
another
Haney
thing I
finna
want to
fight
all
say
next?
in the
another
boxing
thing I
world.
want
He still is unproven, and he's still not a level commodity.
Another thing I want to go up on that, like Tank, we have seen Tank like take shots from opponents. Like Shakur, he get hit, but like we ain't seen him get hit with somebody explosive and with power and shit like that. I think like in his mindset, like damn, like I ain't used to getting hit like this. You know, my style is hit and I get hit. I'm a defensive fighter, so like my chin ain't been tested and shit like that. So if I get hit, I might go to sleep.
I
And
Oh
think
no,
Tank,
no. Shakur said that. He said straight up. He said if you have to knock me out to win, you
Haney
already
does
lost.
not hit hard.
So I don't think so.
yeah.
You gotta understand Shakur, even though he ain't been hit in live action, this man has been sparring some of the best in the world
When's the
since he was
last
a
time
kid.
Haney
This
knocked
motherfucker
somebody out?
sparred Terrence Crawford. He sparred Boots Ennis and shit. He been cracked, believe me. His ass. He said that when he sparred Terrence Crawford, the first time Terrence Crawford beat the hell out of him, and he said he vowed to never allow that to happen again. So he's been cracked. That's why he said it with a lot of gumption. He said, if your game plan is to knock me out, he was talking indirectly to Tank, but he said, if your game plan is to knock me out, you already lost. So he been cracked before. We just haven't seen it.
You don't go to the Olympics without getting cracked. Like
Facts,
I
facts,
That's
facts,
fact.
facts.
I'm only
That's
an
facts.
amateur and I've been cracked. Like
Facts.
Yeah, that's
it
true. That's
happens.
true.
You get hit by
I ain't gonna
Let
lie.
me
50.
When I was lacing up the Boston gloves, I got cracked.
let me
I
tell
ain't
you something
lose.
too. Let me tell y'all something. Errol Spence allegedly was almost knocked out in his sparring versus Floyd Mayweather. Until we saw Errol fought Terrence Crawford, we never thought that Errol could even be dropped. But in these sparring sessions, crazy shit happens, bro. Because you're going up against some of the most elite competition, and you're not even fully 100% yet. You do sparring and you do camp to get to your optimal level of function. But before then, you're not even 100%. You can get knocked out in that motherfucker. You get dropped. You get stopped in sparring. It happens every day, but we don't see it. So we don't really know what's going on with these guys.
Trent don't know
Another
what he
Trey,
talking about.
now you the problem. You the one of them people that we talking about. Everybody lose one fight and y'all want to throw them under the boat.
Yeah.
No, but guys, the good thing is we have YouTube, we got TikTok. As long as we keep talking about boxing and we're trying to be unbiased and we're telling people the real, then the regular people and the casuals, they're
Tank
gonna
gonna knock
learn and they're gonna
Devin
become more
out, bro.
educated. So even though certain people on the mainstream media, they're gonna try to discredit these fighters' careers, particularly black fighters. There's gonna be another media, a new media, who keeps it real.
How did Spence not
Yeah, but he
recover, man?
said
That
Errol
sounds
Spence never
foolish,
recovered. The
bro.
old Spence smokes
Motherfucker
Crawford.
done
Got to
beat
stay active. Man, hell no. Bud would
he
have
done
still
beat
fought.
Hey, hold
Sorry,
up,
can I?
two
we got.
guys,
Oh, Jack.
I'm gonna have
Garcia.
to.
What you talking
I'm
about,
gonna have to
bro?
cut y'all off because we got two people that it came up that didn't speak yet. Hey Jack, what's up, man?
What's up?
You got something to say?
What's up? What's
I
up? What's
mean,
up?
I feel like what are y'all talking about? Like just like
Oh,
Gervonta?
all right. Well, hold up, because we got somebody else that been up here. Hey, I don't know the name, but the one with the female profile picture. What's up, man? What you got to say?
Yo, what's good?
She's on mute.
Yeah, he on
Um,
mute. Hey, County Goat, what's up, man?
yo, all right. What I gotta say is, I got three takes. So I think Benavidez beats Bivol, Beater B, Van Canelo.
I don't know
It's,
about Better
Fuck
Beef,
no.
though.
I think it. No. I think it's going to happen. It's going to
Nah,
happen.
he might be
Why?
Bevel and
He's
Canelo,
Why?
gonna
but
fight. He's gonna
Better
fight
Beef.
all three of them in his career, and he's gonna beat all three of them.
Why though? Why do you see him beating all three of them motherfuckers?
Because once he beats Canelo, he's not gonna want to stay at 168. There's no point of him fighting Munguia or anybody. He's gonna
You
want
know
to
he's
move
gonna
up.
beat Canelo. Why do you think he's gonna beat Bivol and Berthabia?
Explain the
He used to
skills.
spar Bivol when he
He
was like
says
a
he said
teenager,
that
right?
so confidently.
He used to
I
spar
mean,
Bivol
I
when he
do
was a
believe
teenager.
that he was putting it on Bivol in the sparring sessions. Like I noticed that Bivol had a look on his face after the sparring session. That's why Bivol in the picture, like, oh yeah, this guy, he's serious. He put him hands on Bivol, but sparring is sparring. Bivol could probably still beat him. Berthabiev, I don't know if he gonna be able to beat Berthabiev, bro. I don't know.
What
Now, what's your
by
other
the
2
time?
points, County
No,
Goat?
but
What's your other 2 points?
think about it. Hold on, but think about it. By the time they fight, he's gonna be Beater Beav is gonna be 43, 40, 42, 43.
Facts. He'll be aged out.
Yeah.
Great.
So I think that's why he's gonna get it done.
But Benavidez take a minute to get going though.
But power is the last thing to go, man. At 42, Berthabiev is gonna be still dangerous like Michael Jackson.
But do you see how fast Benavidez is?
Yeah.
Man, yeah, against
His speed is low key average in my opinion.
No,
yeah,
no,
his
for his
speed.
size, his speed is fast. Like
Yeah,
relative to his
for his
size, he fast.
size.
His hands fast as a motherfucker. He's not supposed to be able to throw flurries at that size. I mean, the man is a legitimate light heavyweight who could be fighting at cruiserweight. He's not supposed to be able to throw 13 and 14 punch combinations. He hasn't been flurrying like that since he stepped up in the level of competition, and that's
Yeah,
because
Pitbull
when you
knocking
step up
out
in the level
Rolly
of
for sure.
competition, if you throw an 8, 10 punch combination, you can get countered with a hook and be on the ground.
Hey,
Well,
KJ, who you got?
that's something
Pitbull
to
or Rolly?
You said, "Oh, I got Pit. Come on, bro. I got Pitbull, bro."
Same.
Wait, my second take is Haney won't lose to nobody unless he tries to be too great. By too great, I mean moving up 2 weight classes, but he won't lose to anybody 140.
Hell no, I don't see it either.
I agree
That's a
with that.
great
I
point.
agree
I
with
mean,
that.
Haney, I don't
I
think Haney would
definitely
go to
agree.
Shit,
147 right now.
maybe
I think that's
turbocharged.
later in his career. Now, what's the third point, man?
Maybe.
My third point is I just forgot this dude's name, but he's in the middleweight division from Kazakhstan. You know who I'm talking about?
Is it a Janabek dude?
Yeah, Janabek.
Janabek, I was just finna say that. Janabek.
He's a sleeper. He's the biggest underdog, like
Dark horse.
sleeper.
He's a dark horse. What you trying to say?
Yeah.
100%.
And I think he beats the top contenders. He beats Munguia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, bro, Mugia, they been handling his ass real careful. What Cardi B say? Be careful with me. That's him. That motherfucker. They handling that motherfucker careful, boy. Hey, Jack, they
I
getting on
don't
your
think
ass.
Janabek beats Boo Boo though. I don't
Jack,
think he
he said
do.
he jumped in live and he ain't had Jack to say.
I mean, yeah, he was talking first, but I think besides Pernell Whitaker, I feel like Terrence Crawford's the best fighter in the world. Just at all.
Whoa, that's a crazy
Yeah, you on that
take
joint.
for beating Spence, bro. You think he's like the greatest in the world?
I mean, 40-0. It's pretty good.
Bro, that's crazy. His
Look, man,
resume.
Terrence Crawford,
He
since
would
going up to
beat
welterweight,
Mayweather.
he
He would
stopped.
beat Mayweather. He'd beat Charlo.
That's
He'd beat all of
crazy.
them.
Don't nobody want to fight Crawford.
He would never,
Listen.
bro. He would
Terrence
never
Crawford,
beat
since going up to
Floyd Mayweather.
47, he stopped men that has never been stopped. Sean Porter has never been stopped. Errol Spence has never been stopped. Like, Terrence is special. He's like a modern.
He stopped all of them.
To
These
me, the way
guys were
he fights,
handicapped
he's a
though.
modern day. He's a modern day Ray Robinson to me.
Sean Porter
He has
was
everything.
never
He
handicapped.
suffered great.
Sean Porter
Bud
didn't
don't have
even
great
want to
defense.
fight no more. He was on retirement.
Listen, don't nobody want to hear that shit. Sean gave Terrence Crawford the best fight.
Sean Porter would have fought, but his dad said no more.
Because, bro, Sean just got dropped 2 times. Like,
Yeah, but he would have got back up.
the 10th round or 9th round. If the
Yeah,
fight
no, I
It was
watched
a
it.
team. It was a team.
He would have got back up though.
No, but
I
is
think-
it worth it? He was gonna lose the fight.
Yeah,
So
for
now
sure.
You gotta get hit with bombs for another 2 rounds. This is dumb.
I
And
think
Yeah, he's
y'all
gonna get
said
hurt.
Spence. Y'all gotta realize Styles makes fights. Spence fought the same before the car crash. He was still gonna get torched. It doesn't matter.
Spence resume
I
is
don't know
better than
about
Terrence
torch,
Crawford's
but I don't know
resume
about
though.
torch,
How
but
is it Spence?
he
How
would
is it
have got
resume
grilled
better
at
than
least
Terrence
grilled. I
Crawford when
think.
they fought the same fucking fighters?
Because Earl Spence did it first and did it in greater fashion.
Nah,
And he
Okay,
Crawford
peaked
hold
at
up.
the
passed
time.
Spence up.
Hold up.
Errol fought Kell Brook, but Kell Brook was destroyed after the Triple G fight, and y'all didn't take
Exactly.
away
I was
from
about to
Errol.
say the exact same thing.
Exactly. Same for me. I was about to say the exact same thing. And Sean Porter, they went to what? Unanimous decision and Bud stopped Sean?
Yeah.
His
That
wins
was,
over
that's
Motherfucking
like
Sean
that's
Porter.
prime Porter
Sean
though.
Porter really should have lost to Ugas. For real.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
I
Ugas
think
is overrated as hell though. Mario Barrios beat the shit out of him.
Bro, Ugas is not the same. First off, Ugas older, and number 2, when Barrios fought Ugas, the eye that Errol Spence broke it flared up again. So Ugas he's damaged goods.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ugas
I
is
have 2 questions.
Ugas is through. He just through.
I got 2 questions.
But
What-
I do respect him though because he
Only
likes
thing
to
you
go
say
to
about
war.
Ugas, he beat
Yeah, Ugas a
Petro.
bad motherfucker, bro. Like, all respect to Ugas, the way that he fights.
I mean, Ugas
The
beat
Cuban style,
Crawford
the
in the
experience,
amateurs
he
though.
always made it a very interesting fight when he got on pay-per-view headlines, although he wasn't really able to win a lot of them. Sweet Caroline, what's up?
Ugas
Oh no, what's
beat
up? I was just
Crawford.
gonna say that Davis sucks. That's it. Bye.
Nice.
Peace out, Caroline. All right,
I got a
what's up,
question.
Nick?
All right.
Do you
Wait,
guys think that Bud has what it takes to be undisputed at 54 and 60?
Yup.
Hell no. I honestly think Canelo will probably bully him in the ring. And I'm
Bro,
not even a
he
hold on,
Canelo
hold on.
fan.
Canelo's at
60,
168.
First off, I think Bud shouldn't even try to fight Canelo, but at 60, if Bud could top out at 60, so go to 154, make some big fights happen, and then top out at 60, get a belt. Now we talking about a legend. Now we talking about somebody that they're gonna have to compare to Floyd for the rest of his
See,
life.
Another
Oh,
thing
never
that
mind.
people
Yeah.
aren't.
No, that's true. But I really don't know if he will beat Jermell Charlo for real. I don't
Another.
know.
Man, I
What?
don't
Come
know,
on, dude.
boy.
Crawford,
That's a
alright,
little see though.
Crawford
Can I-
beating Charlo.
Crushing
He's
Jermell
beating
Crawford's the
everybody.
only one chasing
Jermell,
Biden.
Everybody
Crawford
beats
hasn't
Canelo.
had a fight like Castaño and Jermell. I haven't seen a fight like that.
Crawford, first off, Castaño, he was tough, but Castaño didn't have enough really for Jamel. Jamel lost the first fight, I think, because he just had a bad night. The second fight, he dominated Castaño. He was doing everything right. He's fighting off the ropes right, fighting in the middle of the ring right. But Castaño don't fight nothing like Bud, and Castaño don't have the footwork or the athleticism or the countering ability of Bud Crawford. Castaño can only fight going
Logan
forward. He wasn't
Stone
really-
said Bud washed. Yeah, you're on drugs.
He just came
The
off the
only thing
biggest.
Bud probably washed is his ass and his clothes. He not washed.
Can I say another thing as well? If Bud gets undisputed at 154 and 160, he'll be think the only fighter
He
to ever
been
be
cherry picking, but and
What?
everybody
No, no,
said
no.
it
He
before
could not.
Joe.
I don't think he can go undisputed at 160. I think
Bro
that at
ain't been cherry
160
picking. They
he
ducked
should
him.
fight a weak champion at 160 just to add it to his
Terrence
belt. You know what I
Terrence
mean? Add
Crawford
to his
would
do
legacy.
you think?
Terrence
Who at
Crawford
And,
160
would
do
cook
you think,
Jermell
KJ?
Charlo. All those
and
all those
honestly,
brothers do
Terrence
is drink.
Crawford has
Hold on,
been
hold on,
known
hold
for
on.
cheating in the past too.
MVP, what was you say?
I said Terrence Crawford would cook Charlo because the Charlo brothers all they do is drink and they take layoffs and they just take breaks. They suck.
Exactly. They like Earl
That's
Spence with their
Jermall
drinking shit.
Charlo.
Oh
Jermell
shit.
Charlo is the actual talented one.
Oh, you're talking
Well,
about Jermel,
Jamal
the
is
guy
more
that
naturally talented.
you're talking about.
Jamal is more naturally
Jamal is
talented.
more naturally
Did
talented
y'all
than
Hey,
not
you're
just see
talking about.
Jamal's fight, bro?
That
You're
was
talking about
fire.
Jermel. You're talking about
Jamal
That
is
The
boy
same
better
getting
than
dude
off.
that
Jermell, bro.
you're talking about Jermel, the same dude that just ran around the ring just for a
No,
paycheck and just took a year
Jamal
off.
is the more naturally talented, but
I
Jamel
know.
works harder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's
There
no,
was
I'm
still
talking
Jermell's
no
the
about
better
action in
fighter for
Canelo
MVP
sure.
fight
because
though.
he's
Like
but
talking
he
They're
about
said
they're
his
both
last performance
frauds.
against Canelo.
Yeah,
Local
Jermel has
Stone, let me
achieved
tell
more,
you
but I
something.
still think he's
All them fighters, everybody was ducking Bud when he came from 140 to 147. All of them.
Yep.
Even Spence said that he knew Bud was going to be his toughest competition, so he saved him for last. But I don't think guys should do that. If Spence would have fought Bud initially and not try to become unified, who knows how the fight would have been different. Number one, he hadn't been in a car crash. He looked fresher. Maybe he still loses, but it would have been a much better fight.
Exactly. It would have been more
So,
competitive.
so that's why I don't think that these dudes, like even
I
Tank,
agree.
Tank is gonna fight Haney in 2 to 3 years. Tank body not gonna be the same. He's gonna be what, 32 years old? He's already a shorter guy with shorter arms. You can fight Tank right now. It's best to fight somebody at the height of your
Hey,
powers than to slow down and then try to fight these younger guys.
hey,
Everyone's younger than Tank.
another
Shakur,
Yeah,
thing on
then
that,
Devin gonna be in his
another thing
prime.
on that,
Anyway.
KJ. A lot of people gonna be like, oh, they gonna make up excuses like, oh shit, he got older. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the same no more. But
they're
hey,
gonna
you
be the
gotta.
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson all over again. Tank hit so hard and they love the way he fights. They gonna make it. If he loses, they gonna make excuses.
You
Wait,
gotta
so
be right
why
though.
why
Devin, but listen though, some people gonna be like, oh, Devin been calling takeoff for years, so that shit don't even matter.
It's gonna
Bro,
be
wait,
I
so why
different.
is
got
Tank
bro.
picking
If
this
that
dude
fight
behind
ever happens, bro, I got Devin
Bro,
Haney.
Devin not
I
beating
got
Tank.
Devin too.
I got
you? Why
Devin.
is Tank
Devin not
picking
gonna
this
take
dude
no
behind
risk.
you?
It's so obvious though Devin will win though because it's like why is Tank
I'll
ducking
tell
the
y'all what's
people
gonna happen.
that Devin Haney already fought? Like, you can see the mentality between them already.
Somebody said
I'm
Virgil
gonna tell you what's
Ortiz
gonna
looked
happen.
hella better than Crawford.
No, no way. Virgil's good, but just be objective. Like, don't.
I was gonna say, bruh, this man Crawford was able to
What's gonna
make
happen
Errol Spence
is
look like nothing, bro. That shit is the
I wanted
Tank's
to
gonna
see
get under
I wanted
Haney
to see
and
Virgil Ortiz
that's
fight
gonna
Tank
be all
Davis.
she wrote.
Bro,
I want
Wait,
to
what?
see.
he
Tank
able
gonna
to
get
get
in
under
there and he
Haney,
gonna
bro.
get up
Haney
on
is way
Haney.
more skilled
Y'all
than
don't see
Tank,
that
bro.
happening?
Bro,
Do you
listen,
guys?
dude, you gotta understand, bro. Tank ain't fought no
Tank is
slick black
once
fighter.
bro, listen.
Tank ain't fought
Bro,
no
Once
slick fighter,
bro,
bro.
Tank has fought
once Tank
Pitbull and
Hey, hold
Rolly,
on, hold on.
bro.
once
Let me
Like,
Haney
tell y'all
feels
this.
Tank's power.
Somebody said that it's only one fight referring to Crawford and Spence. That's what boxing legacies are built on. They're not built off of the tomato cans that you beat or the potential contenders that you beat. If you are able to beat a potential Hall of Famer or somebody that was known as a real stepper, a unified champion, that's what your legacy is going to be remembered
I mean,
for.
you go down in the
Why
books for
you
that.
think why you
Yeah.
think Devin Haney didn't stay at 135?
Cause he
Because
outgrew
he
the
big. He
division.
too
because he
big. Come
beat the
on,
He
man.
too big.
division, bro. Why does he need to stay in the division?
He ain't
He
beat
beat
Tank.
somebody Tank
Nigga,
ducked.
he undisputed.
Hold on. Yeah,
Nigga,
he already,
listen,
it's
He
listen,
on the
listen,
running
other
from
listen.
belt.
Tank,
It's on
bro.
the
Tank
other
didn't even
belt.
want to fight Devin at 135. Devin was already undisputed champion. He conquered the divisions and he overweight. So why
And
the
he's
fuck would he
outgrowing the
stay
weight
there?
class.
KJ,
Why the
can I
fuck would
make
he
a?
stay there?
Once Haney feels Tank power, he gonna be running.
Bro,
Hey,
Tank,
let me tell
bro.
you something.
I
Hey,
don't think Tank
hey,
got
you
power,
might be
bro.
right, but Devin know how to fight on the run, just like Shakur. So he might be running, but he might run to a victory. Who
Hey,
knows?
Mike,
Yeah, I
let me
don't
tell you
respect
something.
that.
Hey,
Bro, do not
Mike,
even say that.
I'm finna
Devin
teach you
Haney does
something.
not fight like Shakur, bro.
Hey, I'm finna teach you something. Tank haven't fought no slick fighter at all. I'm talking about at all. Ain't
Who
quick
is
on their
Haney
feet at
for?
all. Lomachenko way quicker than anybody that Tank has ever
Yeah,
fought.
Loma a slick motherfucker. That's a slick cat, boy.
Can KJ, can I make a
But
backup point to what you said
Lomachenko's
before?
like 35, bro. What you
So,
talking
and
about?
he top of the
No.
division. And
Loma at 35 could beat some of the top guys in the division right now. Loma was an all class talent, but hey, yo,
Bro,
Nick,
Lomachenko ain't finna win another fight, man.
hey,
Unless he
hold
fights
up.
a washed up fighter,
man,
bro.
he finna whoop Cambosa's
Yeah,
ass.
he about to beat the
That's for
brakes
sure.
off Cambosos. He about to
Yeah,
Cambosos gonna
look
be
at
jumping around the ring
Camboso,
like
bro.
See,
Kangaroo
He
Jack.
I still
swag.
Hey,
think that might be a 50-50 fight. That's a good fight that's happening, bro. That's a
no, that's
really
not
good
no good
fight.
fight.
Hell no.
Hey Nick, what was you about about to say, man?
I just want to back up what you said before about that guy who said that it's only one fight about Crawford and Spence. If it's only one fight, then why are you guys all saying that Shakur is shit after the De Los Santos fight? Because that's only one fight.
That's
Exactly.
because they got picked.
Because
Why
I
they
fell
got picked?
asleep during the
Great
fight.
point. Man. Great
I
point.
wasted my
Well,
money.
I
I'm
think
trying to
that's
see
because you're
who.
a casual. If you look at the skill
I'm trying to
capacity,
see who
I
Haney
he was
literally, I've been
fighting
fighting.
watching
beautiful.
boxing for
Now hold
years,
on,
and
hold
I
on.
fell
What's
asleep.
going on with the casual talk? What happened? What happened? Female profile picture. What's your name, man?
My name is Yummy Candy.
Say your name,
We're just
Candy.
gonna call you Yummy.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I'm just calling you. I'm just calling you two, bro. I'm gonna call you two. A2. What's going on with the
Hey,
casual?
girl.
Who a casual and what was going on?
Saying the dude that fell asleep to Shakur, like when I was watching that fight, I thought he fought beautiful, bro. I was like, this is
Bro,
real talent. I
he
know
threw
I
like
know
4 punches. Bro, get this
I don't
guy
know
off the
about
line, bro.
beautiful.
no
I don't know
Can
about
we?
his
beautiful, but
footwork, bro.
Sorry, can we be real for a
He,
It's
second?
not a
bro,
street
Like,
fight.
I used to like Shakur, but genuinely, he literally made me mad when I was watching that fight
can
because
I
he was
can
mean,
we?
one
just
fight.
pissing
If
me
you like
off.
them, then one
You
fight
can't
is
analyze
Listen,
boxing.
MVP. You can't
Shakur
vote.
broke his hand in that fight.
Listen, MVP. You can't write him off of one bad performance because the fight before that he
That's
stopped the
why I
guy.
said he should book a fight right away. I mean, I
He
don't know why
stopped the
he's
because
guy.
like letting people.
if you think
Okay,
that I don't know
But De
boxing,
Los
why
Santos
you
though,
come to
he
the
a
live? Go to
real one though
live and
because he
look
been
about it.
calling out Shakur, bro. And
hold
I'm
up.
glad Shakur took that
MVP,
fight.
Wait, who been
MVP
calling out
question for you
Shakur?
then.
Yeah, what's
I
up?
was just gonna
Okay, so
tank
if
sleeping
Shakur didn't
anybody,
book a
man.
fight straight after, why did Navarrete claim that he was coming up to 135? Shakur chased that fight, and then the WBA gave that fight to a nobody instead of Shakur.
They know better
Why would Navarrete fight Shakur? Like, what's the reason? Like, he doesn't have to
Well,
fight him.
why does
it's not.
Navarrete
Listen,
remove
listen.
Navarrete?
Navarrete is not no big pay per view draw. Neither is Shakur. But at least give the fans these guys going up against real
That'd be a good
competition.
fight.
But
We could know
but
who's who and what's what.
Man,
yeah, but
Why
also
would
Navarrete
anybody
Navarrete
want
got
to
a
fight
listen,
Shakur
bonus
after his last
No,
performance?
my
in the
thing is
division that
this. My
wasn't
thing
him.
is this. Like, it seems like they're trying to give Devin Haney like all the hardest fights so he can lose and possibly like fight the top tier contenders and then lose to them as well. And they'll be like, "Oh, Devin Haney's washed. Devin Haney's washed."
No, that
Like, I
man is
feel like that's what they're
controlling his
doing.
own career at this point. So I don't know what you mean. They're trying to
People
give him
call Devin
Devin
Haney
Haney's like
boring, but
23, bro.
like
What are you
at least
talking
he
about?
throws punches. Like, oh my gosh, he's like he destroys people's faces. You see these guys,
Can we
like see
please
the
go back?
aftermath of his opponents. He destroys them, and he's actually
I
like
guarantee
he's
he
Haney
probably
entertaining
just
to
don't
me.
knock
I
people
like him.
out.
It's cool.
Man,
Can we
Tank
go
knocks
back
out
as well?
tomato cans, bro. Stop screaming at this nigga.
Hold up. Can we go back as well? About Navarrete as well. He was at 130. He moved up to 135 and got a shot at a vacant title straight away. When Shakur just beat the number 6 ranked in WBC, and the WBA didn't even recognize that. Like, surely you can see that's a duck from Navarrete as well. The manager said that Shakur's boring, so they don't want to fight.
Hey, Navarrete will
Pitbull
get
duck
you
Bro,
Shakur.
a piece of that
Pitbull
ass, bro.
did not beat Tank in that fight.
No, he didn't.
Nah,
Never will.
Pitbull duck Shakur as well, man. And a lot of people, Shakur is in the
Tank
position
hand was
to
hurt
exploit
the
Tank
whole
early in
fight.
his career.
But like
People duck
genuinely,
I
Shakur, but
mean,
he can't
Pitbull
win the
ducked
PW.
Shakur, but I feel like Pitbull didn't take the fight because it won't give him that bread for real. Shakur's
just
not
to
a
let
pay-per-view
y'all know,
attraction.
just to
Listen,
let y'all
listen.
know,
If
whoever's
was
saying
really like
Shakur
Shakur
that,
trying to
can't
fight
fight, it's
anybody.
not
if
We
true.
know
Pitbull was
that.
really like that, like how David Benavidez is, he would have took the fight against Shakur and stopped Shakur.
Shakur will fight anybody
Yeah.
I mean,
I
but
mean,
like that, but people used to
for
say
the right
Devin
price,
Haney
though.
ducked Shakur, but Devin Haney literally told him that deal and he didn't take it. So it's like
Shakur, yeah,
that's
that
his
was
loss.
one of Shakur's worst moves in his career. If he would have took that fight, literally his entire narrative would be different. Instead, he out this bitch fighting Edwin De Los Santos. Of course, he might have been injured. Whether he was injured or not, he
He
had a
was
bad
not
performance.
injured, bro. He was
Him
not
fighting,
injured.
I think he
But
was.
him fighting
Shakur,
Nope,
Navarrete,
bro.
he changed the landscape of his career. I know he's thinking about that now, like damn. But he thought he was Bud Crawford. He watched Bud
who
Crawford.
catch you on?
Hey, let me
Um,
tell you. Let me tell you how half of y'all some casuals. Y'all always overrate power. Let me tell you how some of the hard hitting motherfuckers in history have got knocked the fuck out because they had power. Power can only take you so far when you're not that skilled, bro.
Most of the time, the good boxer beats the good puncher. Most of the time.
Exactly. Look at
Like
Deontay
whoever's
Wilder
defending
against
No, that
Shakur,
is true. That is true.
Hold up. Somebody saying, come on, 75-25 is crazy for Shakur. Do you understand Devin was undisputed at lightweight? Shakur hasn't done
yeah,
shit at lightweight.
he
Shakur really
didn't
But
hasn't
bring
done
anything
shit
to the
in the
fight.
sport as a
exactly.
professional, to be honest
Dude
with
had
you.
one
Bro,
fight.
why do people
but
hate
he
Devin
didn't win
Haney
those belts
so
I
much
heard
like
for what
Shakur
it
won
has
stingy.
50-50.
done?
He took them from
That's insane.
Cambosis. I don't see that as undisputed, bro.
Bro, Cambosis beat Tio.
At
Cambosis
the end
ain't
of the
even no
day,
champion in my
Hey,
eyes.
at
listen,
the end
listen,
of the day,
listen,
yeah.
listen. Hold
Okay,
on,
that's a
hold on.
great point. But at the end of the day, he fought a man who was once unified in Lomachenko and beat
Yeah.
him. So
Hey,
there you
Like,
go.
bro, Devin Haney would have fought Tio if he would have
hold on.
beat
About the
Cambosis,
Cambosis
bro.
point. About the Cambosis point. Y'all like to rate Tiafimo and downplay Cambosis, but he took Tio's off. He took Tio's
Who's
off.
overrated Tio? Who's overrated Tio?
Man, I see a
Because he
lot of
wanted
people being
to.
red
That's
Tio
why.
Tio.
Fimo Lopez is a good fighter.
Teofimo did not want to fight that night.
Nobody wants to give him a
Hey,
shot though.
Mike,
Me,
don't nobody want to hear that shit now. Talking about he lost because he wanted to.
can
That's
Who
we?
the
like
fuck
so.
want to
That's
lose,
like
bro?
the
I
saltiest
mean, nah,
response
not
I've
like
ever
that.
heard.
I think one thing that goes over people's heads too is that
He
the
had
only
an
reason
off
that all
night,
the belts
man.
were at lightweight in one spot was because of Loma. Loma was the one who went and fought everyone, brought all the belts together, and then
Nick, are
once
you
the
Australian?
yeah, I'm Australian. Yeah.
So is Cambosis up there as like one of your favorites or what? Like, you
No,
know.
no,
Really?
I don't care about like where I'm from
Yeah,
or
man,
anything like
Haney
that.
Oh
I
just
yeah.
keep
took the belts
boxing
from
very straight.
What
Cambosis,
I
bro.
got?
He
Wait,
ain't
I
undisputed in
gotta take right
nobody's
now. I gotta
eyes.
take right now.
Hey, so how
Cambosis
were you
beats
feeling when he beat Tio
Rolly
though?
and I gotta take. I think Cambosis beats Rolly and Pitbull. Low key.
No,
See, Tio doing
too big.
everything Haney want to do.
They're too big.
Cambosis, he's
Hmm.
all right. Like he's good. Like he's not
Cambosos and
bad.
Rolly, I don't know. And I think Pitbull would beat him, but Cambosos and Rolly, I don't know. I don't know how Rolly is going to fare against some of these better guys. We about to
Every
Haney
see
is
right now. We
chasing
about to see
Hey,
Teofimo.
Pitbull and
hey,
Rolly going to be crazy.
another take I want to give y'all. Rolly has a decent to good jab, bro. He just don't got the skill.
You crazy.
No, he just doesn't have the skill. But Rolly has a good jab. Watch that Tank fight. He was catching Tank with
Honest,
a jab.
nah, I think I give. I
With
think
that
I mean,
stiff ass jab, bro,
if
ain't
we're not
nobody.
accounting this with the size, I
Man.
think Cambosis would probably
It's a
beat
very
Rolly. I
powerful
think he's
jab,
much bigger.
actually. Like Rolly ain't as bad as what people
Yeah,
really
that's a
think.
jab that's like gonna stick and he
Yeah,
gonna
but
get
I'm just
caught like
saying
he
he don't have the skill.
did.
He don't have the skill and fundamental.
When
Is
you
what I'm
got
saying.
IQ like Tank, bro, you ain't losing.
Nigga, I never said he was beating Tank. What the hell?
Somebody say you're
I'm just
overrating
saying,
Pitbull.
bro.
Listen, Pitbull has great
He got
structure.
Tank, man.
Pitbull has a great structure. He has a hard head, a good chin. So
Are we
he's
not
going to
talking
give
about Pitbull's
everybody
last
hell. Even if
performance
Pitbull
you
low
though?
beat
key dirty
Pitbull,
though.
you're going to know
Pitbull low
that
key
you
a
was in
dirty
there with
fighter,
him.
bro.
Pitbull trash.
Nah, you tripping, bro. It's
He
a
got a
replay
hard
for the
ass
Who
whole
did
head.
he
thing.
fight
That's
in
all
his
he
last
got.
Knocked
fight?
down, knocked out
Was
by
that
ten.
that fight was pretty boring, wasn't it?
Cause he got a hard ass head, bro.
Pitbull not beating Lomachenko though.
No,
Hell
he's
no.
not beating Loma.
I don't think so.
Hell nah.
Hell no.
That I don't want to say it wrong, but the Stone guy, he said, "How can I not rep someone from my own country?" It's because I look at boxing objectively. Like I don't let where I'm from or
I
my
mean,
heritage.
you can't be biased about it.
That's
Exactly.
Yeah,
why
like
that's what I
I'm
see with
my
Australian fight
You know,
fans and English fans. They're honest. Like
I want
that
to
guy,
say
that
Yeah,
this.
Nah,
Conor
that
Ben,
is true, but
Conor
they
Ben,
don't be
he just
honest with
fought,
Tyson
and the
Fury
British
though.
fans were honest with them. Like, you know, it was a boring
my
fight.
no,
They're a little
sometimes
honest.
we be honest with Fury too, but I feel you on that.
Yeah,
my heritage is Croatian, so if that was the case, I would be like Filip Hrgović would be my favorite fighter. Like I
Bro,
don't
why is Mexican daddy spamming boring fighters,
like
Haney and Shakur?
I
Man, you
just
one of
look
them
at
fight,
boxing for
you
what it
one of
is.
them fans that get mad because y'all typical Mexican fighters can't touch a fighter like Haney and Shakur.
It's just
The-
a style clash. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Usually, like this isn't racist in any way because I'm from neither country anyway. But usually, the Mexican fighter does lose to the American fighter just because of the style. It doesn't matter about their race or whatever. Like look at Penel Whitaker and
but,
Julio.
it's the
but
race
let me
because
say
the
something.
race
Let me
was
say
give
something
us the
though.
fast feet. The Mexicans they struggle with anybody with a fast feet. Typically, a black man gonna have fast feet.
Yeah,
Not all the time. If you look at Regis, Regis ain't have fast feet.
yeah.
It's, wait, hold up. I gotta tell you, isn't it ironic that we're kind of seeing a switch in Mexican fighters low key? They starting to low key have skill now and actually trying to improve their
Yeah,
defensive skill.
I
because they
mean,
realize,
look at
damn, we
Teofimo.
gonna keep losing to these brothers if we don't try to have more skill.
Look at
I
Teofimo.
think the reason that change has come in is because of Canelo after what happened against Floyd. Did you see how he fought Floyd, had no real head movement or anything, but then he comes back, fights Danny Jacobs, and then all of a sudden his head movement is crazy.
Great
He
point.
said they been had skill. No, they didn't.
I
They
mean, they
just
got
used.
skill. They just had skill within the inside.
Man, Mexicans will come forward and try to knock you out.
No, that's good. But when it comes to the top contenders, no,
And a lot of
no.
times, the best black fighters are counter punchers, so you gonna walk right
They
in.
said they said y'all don't have punch. That's because that's because black people they focus more on the fighting part, not the freaking the
How
power.
are
The
you gonna?
power is overrated.
Sorry,
I
how are
feel
you?
like I feel like
Yeah.
every like power puncher in history has always gotten beat by like anybody with skill.
Most of
Like
the time,
Exactly.
most of the
Power
time,
punching is
boxing wins.
overrated. Power
I
punching
don't
is
know.
it
overrated.
really is. And first of all, this is a thing. They say Devin Haney got pillow hands, but when I looked at Kambosos and Lomachenko face, they ain't look like pillow hands to
All
me.
they
Look
gonna
at
say is,
Regis.
well, they was white, so that's why they look like that.
Look at
But then
Regis.
Regis wasn't white, and Regis looked the same way. Maybe they say
Sorry,
it's because he was light skinned. I don't fucking know.
sorry to interrupt, but how are you going to say that black fighters don't have power when Ernie Shavers is black? He has like he. How can you say that?
Jordan.
Deontay Wilder's
Hey
black.
Nick, hey Nick, sorry to cut
Why are
you
you
off. I'm gonna
categorizing
give
it?
you an
Color,
analogy. I'm gonna give you an
style.
analogy, or not an analogy, but more like a similarity. In basketball, when people think of white boys, they think of them as shooters, but most of the best 3-point shooters or most of the highest percentage shooters in the NBA are all black. Mind
Yeah,
you, the league is 80% black, so that's not necessarily saying anything, but people associate white boys with shooting and shit, although the best
yeah,
shooters are black. It's the same
yeah,
thing with boxing. Like some of the hardest hitters are black, but they associate black men with running and they associate
yeah,
Mexicans with power. So it's just a perspective thing.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, but you just can't say that Mexican fighter, like, I mean, black fighters are the like they have no power when the hardest hitters in history are all black.
Yeah, I mean, but the
Hey,
Mexican daddy, he's always he's just trolling. But I mean, it's good for content. I mean, certain truths to
yeah,
come.
that's fair.
It seems bro is butthurt, bro. Like no one else is butthurt here. Like boxing is starting to change, bro. Like this race thing is just over with. Like
If we being honest,
it's
anybody
No,
cringe.
can
no,
lose.
race always going to be a factor, but it's just that people are calling it out. Like, so we know, like, not just race, but just all facets of
It's all
boxing. When it
about
comes to the rigging, when it comes to the cheating, when it comes to the bad judgments, that as soon as you make
It's
a bad
mental,
judgment
bro.
on
Tank
YouTube, motherfuckers gonna be making videos exposing it, so the
I'm
entire
still
world
on
is
that
gonna
tank
know.
Oh yeah,
shit.
and if blacks don't have power, name me any Mexican heavyweight today that has more power than Wilder.
I got me hot
Oh,
saying Haney gonna beat.
another thing I want to add to about like race and country and stuff. One big step that has been taken in boxing now, which I think is great, is that Cuban fighters are now allowed into the pros and they're not stuck to amateurs as well. Look at
Yeah,
Andy Cruz. I think Andy Cruz could have been like world champ years ago, but he was stuck in the amateurs. And now look how much impact, like how much noise he made as soon
Cubans
as
they
he
make
came
immediate
up.
impact because they be so skilled, but at least he
Yeah,
don't have to be damn near 30 starting his pro career when he
yeah,
has all of that experience. So that's a great point.
Tyson
yeah.
Fury isn't a Mexican, so try again.
And Tyson Fury arguably cheated that fight. So yeah.
And Ruiz ain't even close in power to Wilder. Stop it.
Ruse.
I mean,
Oh
this could be
nah.
a hot
No,
take,
no,
but
no.
I think Tyson Fury's overrated personally.
Fury is overrated because listen, his best win, his most memorable fight is against Wilder. We know Wilder did not really have it in the skills department. Same
Yeah,
thing with I think Usyk is a super skill. You can look at it, but Usyk's biggest win to the casuals is him versus Joshua. Joshua didn't have it in the skills department, so it's
yeah.
like right now heavyweight is at one of the weakest eras that it's ever been at. So these guys are beating men who aren't really as skilled as they should be in order to be at the top of the world. They're beating dudes who rely more on their power and athleticism than on
Man,
One
skill.
And
thing,
Usyk is very small as a heavyweight as well. He was a
Yeah,
cruiserweight.
yeah,
So
yeah, he was
dude,
a free. The only reason he's fighting the heavyweight is because that's where the big fights are at. That's where the big money is at.
he
Shout
said
out to
Fury.
Usyk for being able to make the transition.
He said
one
Fury beat him. Now he cheated. Man, everybody and their mama know he cheated the first fight. Let's stop it.
one thing I do want to add to is I think that Anthony Joshua does need credit for his resume at heavyweight.
Oh yeah.
Compared when you compare him to Fury, Wilder,
Oh, yeah, he
Usyk, and all that.
fought Klitschko. He fought
Yeah, like he's
um,
fought everyone that's been put in front of him. You can't discredit him for
no, no,
that.
no. He should have fought Wilder, but he ducked Wilder. He could have fought Fury earlier.
Hey,
So I
you think
I think that was
you
ducking
think
both
Anthony
after that,
Joshua?
wasn't it?
You think Anthony Joshua is only known for his power? You don't think he has some skill?
I think
Anthony
against
still
I
looks
think he
better now
definitely
that
has
he's
some
working
skill.
with Derek James. Ever
I know
since
he's with Ben Davison now.
oh yeah, because
it's wait, hold up,
but I'm
KJ.
saying
Yo,
in
I
KJ,
think
do
every
you
fight he's
he
still
better
working
with
with
Ben
Derek,
Davison
and
than
his
me.
skill looks better.
Yeah.
KJ,
With Ben
KJ, do you
Davison,
think
he's better.
Derek James is the overrated trainer?
He might be. Shit, everybody losing.
I don't think Derek James is good for Anthony Joshua. I don't know if
Frank
they go
Martin
together. I
is.
see them
No,
fighting. It's
Ben
just
Davison is way
I
better
don't
for
know.
AJ. Like we could
Yeah,
clearly
I think
see
so
that.
too.
He was sharp against Wallin. I know Wallin isn't like huge like in the heavyweight division, but you could tell like AJ was switched on that fight, like very switched on.
Ben Davison, he's a better trainer than Derek.
AJ just
AJ
stiff,
when he fought
bro.
Hellenius, like he kind of looked awkward to me when he was fighting. I don't know, like his
Yeah.
his
Cool.
movements. He looked like he was just getting the hang of like
That's
Derek
right.
James's like
Yeah.
AJ was stiff
training.
for a while. AJ is still stiff. A lot of the British
Yeah.
fighters, they be stiff. It is what it is. Like
Can
it's 'cause AJ. And another thing is AJ focused too much on weightlifting and his the way his body looked early in his career, as
yeah.
opposed to being a little bit skinnier and focused on having fluid movements.
I think
The
that's his.
guy.
I think that was his marketing tactic, though. To be
Well, I
honest.
mean, he didn't have to be that damn big. The women already on him. He's like 6'5".
Yeah.
They like his frame. They like it. How the way that he looks. So he didn't have to be super big. I
Wait,
thought we were
KJ,
all the same
KJ, what
height.
weight you fight at?
I fight at 154.
Oh, okay.
He stopped
Greg,
Usyk, but he lost to Usyk
what's your
already.
walking around weight?
Like 160. Bro, I work out almost every day, so I don't walk around like heavy and fat and all of that shit. Like I ran
And
8. Today
you
I
don't
woke
cut that
up.
I
much
mean,
weight.
Adrian.
I
I
did a
mean,
gym. I did 2 hours with my coach. I did 8 miles on the treadmill. I did another hour and a half by myself. So like I don't do all of the let me get fat shit.
Hey,
Oh
so
yeah.
why do you think Tank is interested in fighting Conor Ben?
Why is it? Because Connor is still naturally larger than Tank. Tank might be biting off more than he could chew.
Yeah.
But like,
He
why do
might.
you
No,
think he
I
wants to
think
fight him though?
Tank.
Like, what's the reason?
I think Tank gonna fight Conor Ben, knock him out, and then be like, "Yeah, I can handle the big dogs. I can handle the ones that got some weight on them, and make fans feel like he can have a chance against
Look,
Devin Haney."
the
hey,
whole
and
Connor
as
Ben
soon and
fight.
then Devin gonna be like, "Oh yeah, come on up here, come on up here." Tank be like, "Oh no, you too big, you too
What?
big."
Funny. Yo, the whole Conor Ben fight is about appealing to the UK audience, bro.
Yeah, I
Like
was
Yeah,
about to say
everybody
that.
knew
I was gonna
Floyd
say
was
that.
better. Everyone knew Floyd was better than Ricky Hatton, but it was still a great fight. Black fighters have always done this shit. They go to Europe. Even Canelo did it. He's not black, but you go to Europe, you fight these Brits, these UK fighters who typically aren't really like that most of the time. You beat them, and you get a lot of UK fan base. So it's more of a money thing. It's a
Why,
great fight
KJ?
for Tank.
Why do you think the UK fighters are bad?
They're not bad. Who said they
There's
was
some
bad?
great
I'm just
UK
saying
They're
fighters.
not bad. They just ain't got no mental, bro.
throughout the history. No, they got mental. You had in order to box at the highest levels, you had to have mental. It's just that sometimes you can have a mental breakdown. But when you go to the UK, most of the time, the
This,
American
this is
fighters they
what
just be a
Tank
little
want,
bit
that
better
smoke.
than the UK fighters. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
athleticism, sometimes it's experience. I don't know
Literally,
why.
like any
Tank
fight
want
I've
all the
seen
smoke.
with an American fighting a UK fighter, like if they're fighting in the UK fighter literally almost loses almost all the time, like every
I
time.
mean, it's
Like Kell
always
Brook
been
with
like that.
Bud.
It's always been like that. But hold
That's
on.
all. Literally, they always end up losing.
I mean,
Randy
look at
Randy
Lennox
Turpin beat
Lewis.
Sugar
Like
Ray. Randy Turpin beat Sugar Ray.
Didn't Errol Spence go
Yeah.
to England to fight Errol Spence, or was that not in the UK?
Yeah.
I think the only two UK fighters off the top of my head that dominated like US fighters as well was Joe Calzaghe and Lennox
Calzaghe.
Lewis.
The
And
only UK
Calzaghe.
fighter, Tyson Fury.
But
No,
to
no,
be fair,
Lennox
I don't
Lewis.
rate Calzaghe that
Lennox,
highly.
Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, Lennox Lewis was very dominant. I think he's one of the
What
best
about Prince
heavyweights.
he
Nassim? Not
was
dominant.
like 41 and
Tyson
2. That's
Fury,
pretty impressive. He
Klitschko.
was probably one of the
Hold
greatest
up.
heavyweights.
That motherfucker, the original Eubanks, not Junior. The original
Oh,
Eubanks
Chris
was a
Eubank.
bad boy.
Yeah, he was good
Oh
too.
yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, his dad.
I think Lennox Lewis should be in the history books as one of the best heavyweights ever.
Yeah, some
You,
people have him ranked as number one. He's just not as memorable as far as marketing and charisma.
yeah,
But as far
I think
as
he definitely has the best
yeah.
jab in boxing, but shit, Devin
I think
Haney
Nah,
Larry
that's
low
Holmes
key
has
Ali.
the
take
best
that
jab.
spot to
That's
me, low
Ali.
key.
Devin
That,
I
Haney
think
got the
Larry
best
Holmes has
jab.
the
I'll
best
give you
jab.
that.
Ali got the best jab. Him and what's his name?
Larry
The nigga
Holmes.
that Tyson whooped. Fuck,
Larry
what's his
Holmes.
name? Larry Holmes. Yeah,
Caleb Plant got a
yeah.
stiff jab too.
I
Yeah,
think
Nah,
Jamal
Caleb has
Charlo
real
has a
good
very good jab.
pure boxing style.
It's
Can
Larry
we?
Holmes and
See, I fuck with Caleb Plant.
Can we?
nah, I fuck
Give,
with Caleb Plant too. I feel like Caleb Plant took those fights a little bit too early. I
Now,
think.
cause Caleb Plant want to make the best fights.
Caleb
He
Plant just don't
working
know
that
how to.
smoke.
Caleb knew how to fight on the inside, so whereas though he could take some rounds off, type
man.
fighting off the
Caleb
rope.
need to work on his
He,
cardio.
he
He
could beat.
gasses
He could
out.
beat people. He don't need to work on his cardio. He just
He
had
don't
to be
gas
more
out.
like, bruh,
He does.
you're a
He
super
just too
middle.
KJ, I got
skinny.
a question.
He ain't got like his muscle mass.
So, y'all bring up Caleb Plant. That reminded me of David Benavidez. Can y'all name me one time David Benavidez has fought a fighter heavier than him, bigger than
This
him? Do you guys
this
see
No,
that?
he
dude.
never
He's
has.
a
No,
weight
that's
bully.
one thing
He's
that
a
I
weight
rate you
bully.
for.
You
That
think
one.
he's
That's a
always had the weight advantage?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
like
I mean, he
Yeah,
will.
he's a
He
weight
fight.
bully.
He
he's
fights
ever
at
beat, like
168. I mean,
he's a really good fighter.
he's a cruiser.
Every time I think about it, I think it's just
Hey,
like
in
He's
he's
a weight
weight
bully.
to his advantage as
he's a
well.
weight bully. He's a weight
Yeah,
bully.
that's
He's
what he
supposed to be
is.
up there.
Like so, like
Yeah.
Caleb Plant, like that fight, the skills, like it's it's close, but with the weight, it
Yeah,
helped
he's
him
a
a lot.
weight
Even
I
better.
feel
with
like
Boo Boo
Close.
Andre, Boo Boo was lighting him up, but
Boo Boo
that
was way
weight,
too light for
Oh
Bud.
no, he
Yeah,
wasn't.
way too
Boo Boo
small
gassed
for him.
himself
Way too
out.
small.
bro was so small, bro.
Like
This
Benavidez
everybody
dude
throwing
knew
him
said
he was.
around.
Julio Cesar Chavez, 89. Oh man, against cab drivers, of course.
Can we
You think
we
TOB's
go
tank
back?
at 149? Yeah, I think that would be too big. And then 149 isn't a real. Oh, you said 140 it was a
Who
typo.
do you think
At
wins?
140, I don't
KJ, who do
know.
you think wins? Better Biev or Benavidez?
Better Biv.
I
Benavidez.
think Better Biev would it would be a
Better
super
Biv.
tough fight. I'm not gonna lie, but Better
Better
Biev has
be
been a
a
dog. He
Cause
really is a dog.
listen. It's gonna be just like
Benavidez been dropped before. I don't know why everybody
listen.
forgets this.
It's gonna be just like the
who been
Tyson
dropped?
Fury and
Hello
the Francis
almost got
Ngannou
dropped by
fight.
Soto, brother.
Can we
Who been dropped?
Listen. I'm
I'm
gonna
looking
tell
at
y'all
Better
this.
Biev's last fight. Like he puts the pressure against the ropes, and Benavidez likes to go against the ropes and put his hands up.
Hey,
Better Biev could
listen
pound
though.
on his face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Be gonna
Listen.
dig in that.
yeah,
I'm gonna
he'll
tell
dig
y'all
in
this.
this.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be just like the
Hey,
Tyson Fury and
Kawaki, hold
Francis
on, hold up.
Ngannou
Kawaki,
fight.
go ahead and state your point, man.
It's gonna be just like the Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou fight. He gonna be fighting somebody just as big as him, and he ain't gonna be able to bully him.
Right,
That's a
right.
that's a great
Man, speaking of
comparison.
that, Tyson
No,
Fury
I feel
Yo,
lost
like
that
that's
fight,
the reason
man.
why Benavidez is so good. It's just because he's bigger than everybody. Really, it's like
which
Yeah, I
one is
kind
think
of
it?
like
Tyson
He's
how
Fury
old
fast
I
though.
don't
Julio
think
is.
it's
He's
just
got
that.
the
I don't
hands.
think it's just that. I think that Benavidez, his punch resistance is gonna carry over to light heavyweight, and he's still gonna be bullying dudes. I think he's just a
But
tough guy
but
with
do
a
he
lot of
got punch
boxing
resistance
experience.
though? Like, wait, hold on, KJ.
Yeah,
Does he
he
got
does.
punch resistance? Has Caleb Plant been known to have them heavy hands? And Boo Boo Andre, they don't knock people out for real. They low
I
key
see
are
what you're saying,
Uh,
skilled
KJ.
fighters.
David
But
Benavidez has fought
Bitter be it.
other guys
Bivol can go up
besides
to
him.
heavyweight.
He's been dropped before. Like I mean, at the end of the day, this motherfucker, the way his style that he fights in, he's been touched up plenty of times. He fights in a style where he gets hit a lot. He has good punch resistance. We're gonna see if it carries over into light heavyweight. But on that note,
KJ.
I
I'm
don't
getting
think
locked in. I
Benavidez
gotta
gonna
Hey,
do all that.
for like an hour.
KJ, can I ask
Steven
one more
said
question?
Andre Ward has the best jab.
Can I ask one more question
Look,
before you go?
yeah, go
fuck,
ahead, go ahead.
this is it. I'm saying I'm ending the live. I've been live for
Yeah.
like an hour and a half. We had a great
Do
live.
you think better? Oh,
Jack,
sorry. Do you think
Go
Better
ahead.
Biev will beat? Do you think Better Biev will beat Bernard Hopkins' record as oldest champ? Or do you
no.
Yes,
think?
No.
Yeah, I don't
yes.
either.
Female profile picture, Nick, Kawaki, Mike. Thank y'all all for coming up, man.
No
We had a
problem.
great
Yeah, I'm
live.
always in your lives, bro.
Tonight. I got to go to the gym in the mall. The
Me
full
too.
live play will be available on YouTube in like 20 minutes, man. Thank y'all all for y'all perspective.
Yeah,
Everybody,
God bless, man.
liking the live and tapping that
Yeah,
screen.
Don't forget
these be
Thursday.
some fun debates, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll
Everybody's
see you, man.
good for the sport. All right, man. Peace.